Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the husband who didn't text back about supper.
Probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
And we welcome you back to the pregame show. It's time to talk West Sioux football with head coach Ryan Sweesaw. Coach, thanks for joining us here today.
No problem.
Coach, let's talk about your football team coming off a great season, a deep playoff run and a state championship last year, and getting ready for a reload session this year. Tell us a little bit about how your team's done in the offseason.
I thought we had a pretty good offseason. We worked pretty hard in the weight room and did the things that we need to do in order to, to have a chance to make the playoffs and keep our string alive, I guess. So, the kids have a good job, with their off-season lifting, and then also we do some training up in Sioux Falls and some different things that the kids go to for some of their quarterback and wide receiver stuff. So I was happy all in all with their effort this off-season.
Well, and you start off the regular season here no tougher than number one ranked Boyden Hall Rock Valley in week number 1. Tell us a little bit about that game.
Yeah, we didn't play very well, to be honest with you. We left a lot of points out there. We moved the ball fairly well, and we just did a really bad job of executing when it counted, when we got inside the 30-yard line, and we just didn't seem to execute there. We had a much better second half, but our first half on offense was a lot about us not doing what we're supposed to do, and defensively, we quite honestly were poor. So I guess the good and the bad of it was week 1, and you kind of expect a lot of those mistakes, and it's early in the year, so you can fix them. But the bad part is that every game counts, and it turned around, might turn out to bite us in the rear end at the end.
Well, and you talk about that, how it was good and bad out there. Obviously, those first game miscues are going to happen, and you expect those things, and it's non-district play. But in the same aspect, as you said, with the new playoff format, a loss to Boyden Hall Rock Valley definitely doesn't help your cause, but it does help in the fact that they're a quality football team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're going to get their wins. They're a really, really good football team, and there are going to be too many teams that are going to knock them off. So it doesn't hurt you as bad as what it would seem, especially if you lost to a team that was going to be under 500. But all in all, it was a game that we thought we should have played better, and this week we're going to be much better.
Well, and you get this game at home. You bring in Central Lyon George Little Rock, a team that you haven't played since the late 1980s. And what are some things you expect to see from Coach Eben and his Lions?
We watched some film on them. Obviously, traditionally, they're pretty physical, and they tackle well and do all those things that help you win. They block well, and football back in the '80s was played in a phone booth. That's back when I was playing, and it's a little different game now with these spread offenses and different things, but it still comes down to blocking and tackling and those sorts of things, and they do a good job with that. So they're always going to be a quality opponent.
Well, Central Lyon George,
we like to get the football to him. We like to get the football to him in space. quite honestly, last week we have a couple more playmakers that didn't step up. There was a couple kids that we think are better players than what they showed last week, and we think if we can get them the ball in space, we think they're going to be up for some big plays for us as well.
A possibility of rain around game time out there, how might that affect your team?
We practiced in the morning every day. We had a wet football the whole time. If we're playing in the rain, they're playing in the rain. They're a spread team. We're a spread team. It is what it is. We don't. Obviously we look at the weather, but it's not gonna change who we are and what we do. And
Farmers, it's harvest time, and let's face it, things are quite different this year. Are you worried that your yields are down, but your production costs will keep rising? Let DeNoble & Company, PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, relieve some of your stress by working with you to minimize your taxes and maximize your return. Call DeNoble & Company today for more information on end-of-the-year tax planning. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
And we welcome you back to the pregame show. It's time to talk Central Lyon, George Little Rock Lions football with head coach Curtis Eben. Coach, thanks for joining us again.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Joel.
Coach, let's start things off. Let's talk about last week, week number 1, the annual Beef Bowl. And one of those games back, we look at a lot of what-ifs, a few miscues out there, but overall a pretty solid game for us.
Yeah, I thought we had an excellent game plan going into that game. I thought our coaches did a nice job offensively, defensively, putting game plans together. And, started off, we executed very well. The first half of football, kind of took care of itself. We moved the ball, had some good defensive stand, had a turnover for a touchdown. But overall, we played really well. We played really well that first half. And, going into halftime, we felt really, really good about what we were doing. Second half came out. They, made some adjustments at halftime, a little bit that alignment-wise that hurt us a little bit, and we got things corrected, but we really just couldn't get the momentum going back that second half coming out of the locker room. That's something else as coaches we got to look at a little different. We got to make sure our kids are ready to go. I did feel our kids were pretty prepared that second half, but we just they came out and marched the ball down the field, and then we turned around and gave the ball back to them. And so they run a controlled clock control offense, what Lyon does, and time kind of got away from us, and we just didn't have enough time to get back out there and get our offense rolling again.
Well, and it seemed like as we were going through the game, we were able to move the ball when we needed to. And you always talk about how bad turnovers hurt you, but it seemed like you talked about the momentum shifting now. Right when we would get a good play, it seemed like a turnover came at a crucial time, and crucial time turnovers are hurt almost worse than any normal.
In the shotgun with Vanden Top to his left, twin receivers wide to each side. Man in motion left to right, that is Metzger. He'll take the hand from Nagel. Metzger looking for the corner. He's got it at the 15 and brought down out of bounds, at the 19-yard line, but there is a flag on the play. Or no flag on the play, pardon me. Ball spotted at the 19, so it will be a pickup of 5 and a second down and 5 coming up for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 19-yard line. Twin receivers wide to each side with Nagel in the shotgun. Vanden Top to his right. Nagel takes a snap, hand to Vanden Top up the middle, and Vanden Top will push the pile forward up to about the 23-yard line. Set up the Lions with a 3rd down and 2.
Lions sitting with 3rd down and 2. Best situation they've had all night here, sitting in that spot there. A 3rd and short, have a good chance to finally get the chains to move for them.
On 3rd and 2, Nagel in the shotgun looks to the sidelines with 5:10 left to play in the opening quarter. 14-0. West Sioux with the early advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Nagel from the shotgun, once again, man in motion left to right, and the motion man on the play is Telford. He'll take the hand from Nagel. Telford has the sideline and then some as he's knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line, and the Lions pick up their first down of the night.
Yeah, it was a nice job there. Good run there by Telford to get out there. Finally got the lineman moving with him and got some blocking in front. Gave him lots of room to run, and a nice gain for him.
First down and 10 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 37. Twin receivers to each side. Nagel in the shotgun, the hand to the motion man. This time Metzger around left end, and Metzger will be brought down after a pickup of a couple out to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, Austin Metzger that time on the ball carrier, and Lions doing a good job. They're trying to switch it up, not letting West Sioux kind of key in on any one guy. If we show a lot of different looks out there, they can't just jump the route. And hopefully that'll open up some things down the road.
Second down and 9 for the Lions, just about their own 39-yard line. Nagel dropping back to pass, setting up the screen on the left side to Vanden Top. He's free. He's got blockers. Vanden Top into West Sioux territory to the 35, the 30. Blocked by Hymanson will set Vanden Top free, and Tanner Vanden Top will take it to the house from the 39-yard line. A 61-yard touchdown play for the Lions from Lucas Nagel on the screen pass.
Wow, and that was a great job there. Not only was it a good set-up play there, where Lucas was able to set it right out in front of Tanner. He got down the field and picked up some great blocks down the field. And like you said, Jay, Zed Hymanson coming across the field and catching that last block to set him free and get him into the end zone.
61 yards through the air on the screen pass. Lucas Nagel to Tanner Vanden Top. Zed Hymanson springs him free with a last-second block, and the Lions are on the board for the first time tonight with 4:13 left to play in the opening quarter. Now a 14-6 advantage for West Sioux. As the swinging gate will come in from the left. Murray on the snap. The hold for the Lions will be provided by Van Berkom, as we got an early whistle on the play. Looks like maybe an offsides here on West Sioux, and that's what the officials will call. So we'll see what the Lions elect to do here on the extra point attempt. Traditionally, it's go for 2 when the other team jumps off sides, but we'll see here what the Lions officially elect to do on this extra point attempt. Looks like they still got the kicking unit out there. Murray will do the snapping, Van Berkom the holding, and Carter Krall the kicking. So we'll line up this extra point attempt a little bit shorter from about the 7-yard line where the kick will take place. Snap is good, the hold is down, the kick is up, and the extra point is good. 4:13 left to play in the opening quarter. The Lions are on the board, 14-7. West Sioux leading Central Lyon George Little Rock. This is Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Here at Central Lyon, we offer equal opportunities in a fun learning environment.
Students K through 12 participate in a wide variety of activities in and out of the classroom.
Teachers here at Central Lyon go the extra mile to help students achieve their academic goals.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Back in Haywarden along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. Thank you for joining us tonight. Central Lyon George Little Rock football. We apologize for any technical difficulties, having signal issues down here in Haywarden. 14-7, the advantage for West Sioux over Central Lyon George Little Rock. West Sioux taking advantage of a blocked punt and a Lion turnover for their two scores early on in this game. The Lions trailed it 14-0, but the Lions just finding the end zone on a 61-yard screen pass from Lucas Nagel to Tanner Vandentop. Point after from Carter Krull, and the Lions now within 7. 4:13 left to play in the opening quarter. Ensuing kickoff coming up from Krull. A high end-over-end kick, not a deep one. It will be fielded at the 12-yard line by West Sioux. And coming around the near side of the field is Coatmans. He's going to be taken down at the 24-yard line. Pardon me, that looks like Mora on the run back. Or no, it was Milliken. Third time's the charm. There we go. Ball spotted on the 24-yard line of West Sioux, and that's where the Falcons will take over first down and 10. Falcons 2 of 3 on offensive possessions tonight. The 2 possessions they did score on tonight started in Lyon territory. The one possession they went 3 and out on was when they were deep in their own territory, which is where they'll find themselves again here, starting from their own 24-yard line. First down and 10 for the Falcons. As Deckers will line up in the shotgun, takes a snap, quarterback keep out to the right side, cuts it back up the middle. He's got room to roam. Here comes Deckers down the sidelines, and Deckers is going to take this one to the house from the 24-yard line of West Sioux. That will be a 76-yard touchdown run, and just like that, West Sioux back up by 2 possessions once again.
Man, they're just full of big plays here tonight, and you had the running back there, Hunter Deckers, right there, got some good blocking up front, got to that second level. He made one cut, and he just put on the afterburners, and he was going down the field. No one's going to touch him, and Hunter Deckers showing why he's one of the better quarterbacks in the area.
76-yard touchdown run for Deckers. The point after from Tepeti is good. And with 3:51 left to play in the opening quarter, 21-7. West Sioux with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock. This is Lyon football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard with people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Back in Haywarden along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 3:51 left to play in the opening quarter, 21-7. The advantage for West Sioux, a 76-yard touchdown run by Hunter Deckers. The latest score for this Falcons offense, and it's a 2-touchdown lead once again for West Sioux now at 21-7 with 3:51 left to play in the opening quarter.
A lot of big plays here already in the first quarter, Jay. A couple for West Sioux to bust them out and get a couple touchdowns. The Lions have a big play of their own, and waiting for these guys maybe get into the second quarter and hunker down, and maybe the defenses will step up.
Jason Tepeti on the ensuing kickoff gives the ball the boot, a low line drive kick, and it will be fielded off the hop by Krull at the 5-yard line. To the 10, to the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and heading for the middle of the field. He'll be brought down to the 43-yard line. And Carter Krull has given the Lions great starting field position most of the time on these returns tonight.
Yeah, he's had 3 returns out there, and he's done a fantastic job on all of them of getting down the field. The Lions are blocking very well on this return play and open up some good gaps, and Carter Krull has just great vision. He knows when to cut and where to get his way through. And Carter Krull has been a bright spot for us so far.
Nagel lining up in the shotgun formation. Twin receivers wide to each side. Murray will stand to his left as the up back this time around. The hand will go to Krull on the sweep over the left side. Krull stretches it out to the sideline, breaks through some tackles into Falcon territory, and down to the 44-yard line of West Sioux.
Nice pickup there for Carter. His first carry of the night and 11 yards on him. he's got things rolling there. I'd keep him in there with that hot hand, and it'll be nice to see if we get him a few more touches, whether through the ground game or the air.
First down and 10, Central Lyon, George Little Rock from the West Sioux 44. 3.5 left in the first quarter. Lions trail by 14. Nagel back to pass, lets it go down the left sideline, underthrows Hymanson, who comes back and nearly makes the catch at the 16-yard line, but just couldn't quite hang on to it. Thrown into this stiff wind, not going to be a recipe for success tonight, I don't believe.
Well, stiff wind is one thing, but feeling a lot of pressure, and Nagel stepped up there, took a hit as he released the ball, and like I said, it was a wobbler up in the air. Zed made a great move to come back to it, and just couldn't quite get his hands on it to bring it in.
Second down and 10 for Central Lyon, George Little Rock. Ball spotted on the 44 of West Sioux. Nagel in the shotgun, quarterback keep right up the middle, and Nagel busts it out left side inside the 35, and at the 33-yard line, he'll have another Lion first down.
You know, and that's a great run there by Lucas to finally get down the field. Sometimes we see him a little bit too tentative and not sure on where he's going to go, but a nice hole for him to run through. And if you get that guy going downhill with his legs underneath of him, he's going to be tough to stop.
First down and 10 for the Lions. The ball spotted on the West Sioux at 33. Nagel takes the shotgun snap, hit in the backfield, fights back to the line of scrimmage, and nice tough running by Lucas Nagel there. Didn't have a whole lot to do with it, but at least kept it no gain.
Yeah, Saul Ortiz, the defensive end, did a nice job there of coming around the corner, breaking down on him, and didn't make the tackle on Lucas, but slowed him up just enough to allow the rest of the defense to get to him for a loss.
Second down and 10. Nagel in the shotgun from the West Sioux 33. Dropping back to pass in the backfield. There's Trey Murray. Puts the moves on inside the 30, 25-20. Breaking for the sideline, 15, and carries down to the 11-yard line. And the Lions have got the offense working here these last couple of possessions.
Yeah, Trey Murray, he's not a guy who gets a lot of carries out there. He's the third-string guy. He comes in. But when he does, he's been getting some nice plays out there, and he's a very fast little running back. If he can get in some open space, he can be pretty threatening.
First down and 10 for the Lions on the West Sioux 11. The hand will go to number 11, Carter Krall on the sweep left. He'll cut it back to the middle, inside the 5, down to the 4, and a 7-yard pickup on first down.
You know, and that was great. Carter just does, well, you can't talk about this kid enough and how fantastic of a job running the ball he does. There he's sweeping over the left side, sees that it's closed off, turns it up the field and finds the gaps and slices through there to pick up positive yards.
Lions are going to call their first time out of the night. 2:04 left to play in the opening quarter. 21-7, the advantage for West Sioux over Central Lyon George Little Rock. And early on, it looked like a romp for the Falcons as the Falcons jumped out to a 14-0 lead. But Joel, the defenses on both sides have really disappeared here for the second half of the opening quarter. It looks like we could be in store for a shootout here tonight.
Well, and the Lions have figured it out here in their last couple possessions, been able to march the ball down the field. The guy obviously got the big play out of Vanentop here, and this last one, this has been a nice sustaining drive for the Lions, and that's what we want to see these guys do, is put together a couple 8-9 play drives and see if they can't punch this one in as they sit inside the 5-yard line here. And good timeout here by Coach. Obviously, they're moving the ball down. It's a little bit humid out, and give these guys a little bit of a rest. You've got second down and 3 inside the 5-yard line, and you want to get these guys, make sure they're on the same page and see if they can't punch it in.
Now the Lions, with that second down on the 4-yard line at West Sioux, they can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. The 1-yard line would be the first down marker right now, so the Lions can get a first down without scoring 6. Ball spotted on the West Sioux 4. Following the timeout, Nagel in the shotgun, Murray to his right. Man in motion left to right. Nagel will lob it up in the end zone for Hymanson, and the pass incomplete. Third down and 3 coming up.
Wow, they got away with something there. They tried to throw a little fade pattern to Hymanson in the corner, and cornerback got a handful of jersey right in front of the official, but no call for it. And the Lions will set up once again.
Nagel will line up under center on 3rd and 3. Quarterback keep up the middle. Nagel pushes the pile forward to the goal line. Going to be stopped just shy of the goal line, but I believe that might be a first down.
You know, and that's something different for the Lions to line up underneath center there and a single back in the backfield, and you just use your big quarterback, get him going forward and falling forward. And it doesn't even look like they're going to measure. They're going to say it's still 4th down.
All right.
And now they may come in and bring in a measurement here because this is really close.
Yeah, the ball can't get much closer to touching the goal line here. So if, in fact, they could have got a first down, now they are going to say first and goal. Okay, first and goal for the Lions with the ball on about the half-yard line. Nagel under center. He'll push the pile forward into the end zone for the Lion touchdown. Lucas Nagel on a 1-yard run, and with 1:46 left to play in the opening quarter, we have seen our 5th touchdown of the game already, and the Lions close the gap to 8 once again.
You know, and that's going to be something you're going to see there, Jay. We went up underneath center. Every time we come under center now, you watched West Sioux right there. They brought 9 guys, and they stuffed them all in the box on that. Pretty soon we're going to come and step out of that, either go second man through the hole there, or we're going to drop back and pass, and maybe we can catch West Sioux on that a little bit down the road.
Point after attempt coming up from Carter Krull. Trey Murray will do the snapping. Van Berkem on the hold as we await the snap. Snap is good. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the extra point from Krull is good. 1:46 left to play in the opening quarter. 21-14. West Sioux leading at Central Lyon George Little Rock. This is Lion football on the Lion Broadcast Network.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the husband who didn't text back about supper.
Probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Back in Haywarden along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. 21-14, West Sioux with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Lions just finding pay dirt for the second time tonight. 1-yard touchdown run from Lucas Nagel. Point after from Carter Krull is good. And the Lions chop the Falcon lead to 7 points once again. 21-14, we're only in the first quarter here tonight in Haywarden. Reminder, folks, the Lions being on the road, we only bring you audio when we're on the road here. No video tonight, so only audio. Back to the golden days of radio. As Carter Krull with a high, short, end-over-end kick will be fielded by an upback for West Sioux at the 18-yard line. And breaking out is Copeman's. Copeman's to the middle of the field across the 35, out to the 38-yard line where West Sioux will start. First down and at 10.
You know, good starting field position there after Copeman's return. A short kick into the wind there for Carter. He gets the ball up there in the air, which is great. But in the bad aspect is this wind catches it, and it really kills it. That might be where that timeout might have hurt the Lions. Yeah, they did get into the end zone and score out of it, but nonetheless, they kept time on the clock. And might have had to hurt them by kicking into the wind.
First down and 10 for West Sioux. The ball spotted on their own at 38. Deckers in the shotgun. Quarterback keep around at right end. Deckers puts a move on Netton, cuts it upfield at the 45, across the 50 into Lion territory at the 48-yard line of CLGLR.
Wow, just another great run there. And about a 14-yard gain for Hunter Deckers. He is just having himself a game on the ground right now. Just 104 through the air. You know, we heard about how good of a passer he is, but not passing with the wind there, and that's a little bit different. We'll see if that changes in the second quarter.
First down and 10 for West Sioux on the Lion 48. Deckers lobs one across the middle for Copeman's, who can't hang on. The pass will fall incomplete. And a second and 10 coming up for West Sioux with the ball on the CLGLR 48-yard line.
Yeah, now Deckers 1 for 5 there. He's got that 16-yard pass, and that was a screen pass set up for him. But so far, he's been finding the receivers. They just haven't been able to hold on to the ball. And the Lions are getting bailed out with this. Now they just got to step up and stop the run.
1:18 left in the opening quarter. Lions trail at 21-14. Deckers takes the snap. Quarterback keep around left end, and Deckers will be brought down by Meyer at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a yard on forward progress to the 47, and a 3rd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, that was a nice job there by Kalen Meyer, the outside linebacker. Very talented sophomore. That's why he's out on the football field, and he just comes up, breaks down, and definitely outsized by Deckers when he's coming through there, but nonetheless breaks down, makes a great tackle on him.
3rd down and 9 for West Sioux with the ball on the 47-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. 45 seconds left in the opening quarter. Lions trail at 21-14. Deckers lines up in the shotgun, empty backfield as a man in motion left to right. It's Lynott. Deckers takes the snap, dropping back to pass, lets it go over the middle. Pass ball's incomplete, and a 4th down coming up for West Sioux. West Sioux, similar to Central Lyon George Little Rock in their punt formation, they'll line up Deckers as they're looking to go for it on fourth down, and he can run that rugby-style punt. So you never know exactly what they're going to do on fourth down here.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like he has much of a pooch kick to him, man. He tried to pooch kick that the last time, and it went like 60-some yards. I mean, he really gives it a boot.
Deckers will line up deeper this time at the 43-yard line, roll out to his left and give the ball the boot. Here's a nice high end-over-end kick, angling towards out of bounds, and it will go through the end zone for the touchback. He almost had that one stuck at the 1-yard line, but it just creeped inside the pylon. So the Lions will take over after a rare defensive stop. We haven't seen many of those here in this first quarter. 21 seconds left in the first quarter, 21-14. That is already the score. West Sioux with the advantage. First down and 10 for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Lions from their own 20-yard line. Offense back out on the field. Twin receivers to each side. Nagel in the shotgun. Vanatop to his right. Nagel takes a snap, rolls out right, setting up the screen pass left side. Vanatop's got it. He's got blockers in front of him again. At the 30, the 35, out to the 37-yard line. And the Lions with another nice gain on that screen pass to the left side.
Yeah, nice job once again, and the pressure was coming. Lucas barely got that ball away. He took a heck of a lick out there. That ball just floated out to Tanner, but nonetheless makes the catch, gets downfield for 17 yards.
First down and 10 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 37. Nagel in the shotgun will hand to Telford on the sweep around right end. He'll be brought down from behind at the 26 for a loss of 36, pardon me. And that will be the end of the first quarter, at the end of one quarter of play. 21-14, West Sioux with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock. This is Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Back in Haywarden, along with Joel Viss, I am Jay Kelly. Central Lyon George Little Rock on the road for the first time in the 2018 season, taking on the Falcons of West Sioux. And after one quarter of play, it is a 21-14 advantage for West Sioux over Central Lyon George Little Rock. Lions facing a second down and 11 as we kick off quarter number 2 with the ball spotted on their own 36-yard line. Nagel will line up in the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. Telford in motion left to right. Nagel takes a snap, just hands to Vanatop up the middle. Had a hole out to the left side, but it closed quickly. And Vanatop stopped to a short 3-yard gain to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, he did a good job. He got through the line of scrimmage. The blocking was up front there, but the linebackers just sitting there waiting for him. So a minimal gain up there, 3rd and long for the Lions, and they definitely could use a first down to keep things going.
3rd down and 7 from the Lion 39-yard line. Nagel will go with the sweep to Carter Krull around left end, and Krull breaks through a tackle across the 45, out of bounds at the 48. I believe he's going to have the first down here.
Nice job there of getting away. He got a little stiff arm there, got a little bit of space, and it's going to be very close. We'll see if they measure it. They won't. They're just going to say he's first down and 10.
First and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock from their own 48. Carter Krull will keep the drive alive. Here in the second quarter, just getting underway in quarter number 2, 11:26 left to play in the second. Nagel in the shotgun, dropping back to pass, looking deep down the left sideline for Hymanson, lets it go and overthrows everybody. Has the wind to his back now, does Lucas Nagel. And a 21-14 advantage for West Sioux. A 2nd and 10 coming up for the Lions following the incompletion.
Well, and I like the shot down the field. Obviously the wind at your back this time, but you saw in the first quarter how bad the wind held the ball up, throwing that way down the field. Now you're going to have to adjust as the quarterback with that wind behind your back and the extra lift it's going to give it.
Nagel in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side. Telford in motion left to right. Quick hit to Hymanson at the 45-yard line of West Sioux, and a nice gainer of about 7 yards on second down.
Yeah, nice job there. Just a quick little hitter there. They're playing off him because they know Zed can get by him on the outside. So they just come back with a little quick shot there, 7 yards, and they're going to go quick offense.
3rd down and 3. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, quick pass. Hymanson again drops it this time at the 41. Would have been a first down had he been able to hang on to it, but just couldn't hold on.
Yeah, and right there, the ball was there right at that first down marker. 4th down and about 4 for the Lions here on the 45-yard line. It looks like they're going to go for it.
We'll see what the Lions elect to do with Nagel standing back on his own 48 in the shotgun formation. Nagel takes the snap, rolls out right, and he is going to pass for Krull, who makes the catch at the 37-yard line, brought down to the 36 of West Sioux, and the Lions convert on 4th down.
You know, that's the threat there of having it, and that's the same thing West Sioux likes to do. This time the Lions choose to go for it, and gets it out there. Great catch by Carter Krull to keep the drive alive once again.
1st down and 10 for the Lions. Ball spotted on the West Sioux 36. The fake hand to Krull. Nagel up the middle. He'll fall forward for a gain of a couple to the 34-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, that was a great job there by the defensive tackles for West Sioux. They got up the field and weren't going to get a hold of Lucas out there, but they get just enough of him to slow him down, alter his route a little bit, and allow the linebackers to come and finish it up.
2nd down and 8. Central Lyon George Little Rock on the 34-yard line of West Sioux. 21-14. West Sioux with the advantage on CLGLR. 10 minutes left in quarter number 2. Nagel takes the shotgun snap, rolls out left side under pressure, going to get brought down at the 41-yard line. Quarterback sack for the West Sioux Falcons, and coming through is Trevor Skeller, 6 foot, 185-pound defensive end.
You know, and that's the tough part there where Lucas is rolling to the left side on that one, and he's a right-handed thrower, so he has to come back. So he has to stop, turn his body, and by that time, that'll lose Skeller to get in there and just drop him for a big loss.
3rd down and long for the Lions now with the ball on the 43 of West Sioux. Nagel takes a snap, dropping back, lobs one down the left sideline for Hymanson, and he's brought down, but the ball is uncatchable, I believe. Once again, Hymanson is dragged down by his jersey, and he's asking the official what's going on here, but I think the official just deemed that uncatchable.
Yeah, and that's not even a rule. In the world of high school football, uncatchable is not a rule for these officials. They got to know that, and these defensive backs have had their hands all over Hymanson here. You saw the one in the end zone, and a lot of jerseys being grabbed out there. And but the officials are choosing to let these guys play, and they're keeping it in their pocket.
4th down and about 17. Ball spotted on the 43 of West Sioux. 9:48 left to play in the first half. Lions trail at 21-14. On 4th and 17, Nagel in the shotgun, and he'll quick punt it. Nice high punt. It will hit at the 5-yard line and bounce into the end zone. Just couldn't quite get it to check up. And West Sioux will take it on the touchback, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Very close to almost having that one blocked again. Had that first one of the night blocked like that. He might have to stand a little bit deeper on that if he's going to attempt that, because they're bringing a full-on blitz trying to get to him, and that was very close, but Lucas able to get away, and a tough break as it rolls through the end zone.
9:41 left to play in the first half. 21-14. West Sioux with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock here tonight. Non-district play. It is week 2. Both of these teams 0-1, losing their openers, looking for that first win of the year. Decker's back on the field for the Falcons in the shotgun formation. Quick pass left side in the backfield. He's got Lynott. Lynott's got the sideline, and he'll carry across the 30 out to the 33-yard line to move the chains for the Falcons.
You know, that's something we haven't seen. We haven't seen Cade Lynott in quite some time, and finally they get the ball back into his hands. He was deadly early on, and they just kind of went away from him. And now they go back to him, and he picks up an easy first down.
Official spot will be the 32 of West Sioux, where it will be 1st down and 10 for the Falcons. 1st down and 10 with Deckers in the shotgun. Quarterback keep around right side, and Deckers not a whole lot of room to maneuver there. I think they'll give him a yard on forward progress, but that's about it.
Yeah, good job there. Parker netting to step up there. The outside linebacker steps right into the hole and breaks down and puts the helmet right in the number, stands him up and pushes him backwards, but they are going to give him 2 yards on forward progress.
2nd down and 8. The ball spotted on the 34 of West Sioux presently. 9:08 left to play in the first half. A 21-14 advantage for West Sioux over Central Lyon George Little Rock down here in Haywarden. On 2nd down and 8, Deckers in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back, looks over the middle, pass incomplete, may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. Just an ugly out when it came out of his hand.
Yeah, looking for his intended receiver, the big tight end out there, Chase Copeman, and just threw it a little bit behind him. And like I said, Jay, it might have been deflected by the defensive lineman out there and just kind of skewed it enough. Sits him in another 3rd down and long situation. Lions got to try and get out of this one, and hopefully they got to be ready for that little dump pass underneath. You just saw Lyon do it before. Earlier in quarter number 1, they hit a screen pass on us as well.
3rd down and 8 for West Sioux from their own 34. Deckers dropping back, looking deep. He's got a man wide open. That is Lynott, but just overthrew him as Lynott ran right by Hymanson. The Lions look confused on the coverage, and the pass will fall incomplete.
You see that a lot. If you get enough guys out there, they had 5 wide out there, and Lynott just goes right up the seam and runs right by the corner and the safety, neither one of them knowing who had to pick up who, and he's wide open for a touchdown if they can connect.
Well, looks like the Falcons will elect to punt here on 4th down and 8. Deckers lining up back on his own 22, gets a good snap and gets off a low line drive punt. Carter Krull will watch it hop at the 24. He'll let it go as it stops at the 21 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. And that's where the Lions will take over 1st down and 10 from their own 21. So, Joel, we've seen the defenses step up their game in the 2nd quarter here so far.
Yeah, it was like 9-man football there in the first quarter.
Right,
we were
yes.
up and down the field.
Hey,
and,
we've done 9-man football before. We know.
That's right. We've seen prolific offenses go in these games, and now they've shaped up. Everybody's settled down a little bit, and I think that's a big thing. You know, you try and try some things early on, and some things work, and now both teams have settled down, and now you're seeing the defenses be a little more effective.
1st down and 10 for the Lions from their own 21 as Nagel takes a snap, hands to Metzger on a sweep around right end. Metzger pushed back deep, but makes the most out of it, and then some as Metzger carries up to the 28. That's going to be a gain of about 7 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, Austin Metzger, good job there because the defensive end got in the backfield there, and he had to run around it, but does a good job of keeping his feet underneath him and getting downfield for a big gain.
2nd down and 3 for the Lions with the ball spotted on the 28, and that is their own 28. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, dropping back, throws over the middle. Oh, had Krull wide open behind the coverage, but lobbed it, did his best not to put much on it, but the wind just took that out.
Oh, man, you know, and that's one of those things where you're trying to lob it over the top there for Carter. Carter was wide open over the middle of the field. You think if he would have brought it down a little bit and just more of a line drive pass, might have been able to find him. But, yeah, that wind is really causing some problems there, and that's something Coach Eben talked about in the pregame.
3rd down and about 3 for the Lions. Trips to the left, twins to the right as Nagel takes a snap. The hand to Krull right up the middle on the motion, and Carter Krull should have it at the 32. We'll wait and see where the official spot is.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him about 4 yards there. Should be plenty for the 1st down. And Carter Krull just so elusive out there. You know, he's not a very big kid. He's only 165 pounds, but does a great job of just finding the seams and getting every yard he can.
1st down and 10 for the Lions from their own 32. 8:15 left in the first half. Lions trail by 7. Nagel back to pass, sets up the screen over the middle. It's intercepted by one of the defensive linemen for West Sioux. Not a single one of the linemen were fooled, and Connor Copeman, the defensive lineman, gets his hands up and picks it off in Lion territory at the 24-yard line.
Wow, and that was a really good job there because Carter was trying to run that little drag route, and we've seen that before, that wide receiver screen. And that time, once again, you saw, I think, Lucas didn't want to overthrow it, so he brought it down a little bit, and just a fantastic play by the defensive lineman to get his hands up on it and make the pick.
1st down and 10 for West Sioux with the ball spotted on the 24 of CLGLR. Deckers will run up the middle to the 21 for a 3-yard pickup on 1st down, the quarterback keep.
Yeah, Deckers on that one. Nice job there as he faked the pass to the outside, then took off and went a little bit of a delay, make the Lions defense think about it a little bit more instead of just coming right at him.
7:48 left to play in the first half. Clock on the move. 21-14, West Sioux leading Central Lyon George Little Rock. Second down and 7 for the Falcons with the ball at the 21 of CLGLR. Decker's in the shotgun. Quick pass left side and slipping a tackle is Lynott. He'll carry across the 20 to the 17-yard line and set himself up about 3 yards shy of the first down.
And that was very close there for the Lions. They came here and they read that play really well. Pass was completed, a line out there, and we just kind of slid right by him and missed the tackle. Those we could have had him for probably no gain.
Third down and 3 for West Sioux. I-back formation now as Deckers will line up under center. The hand right up the middle to the 16-yard line, and I believe that's Copeman's on the carry. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, maybe a half yard.
Yeah, 2 yards on that one, just using your big 6'3", 225-pounder. And give them the ball and let them blow through their power running game. And here they come again in the I formation.
Fourth and short for West Sioux. Lions showing blitz, and I think the Lions jumped offside on the blitz. So the officials will mark the Lions in the neutral zone. That will give West Sioux the first down with 6:43 left to play in the first half. Lions trail it 21-14, and West Sioux via the penalty now a first down and 10. With the ball on the 10-yard line of CLGLR, it looks like it will be a first and goal.
Well, and the Lions were really trying to get in. They knew with only a half a yard to go, they had to get a good push, and just a little bit too antsy there, get caught jumping.
Decker's in the shotgun, calls it out, takes the snap, the hand up the middle to Copeman's, breaks it out left side. Copeman's with room to roam, and a nice open field tackle by the Lions as they'll get him out of bounds at about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, Cole Telford did a good job there. Lucas Nagel just couldn't shake the blocker enough to get in the backfield there. Copeman gets around the corner, gets down the field, picks up 8 yards before Telford can get to him.
Well, the ball spotted on the 3 of CLGLR. Second down and goal for West Sioux as Deckers will take the quarterback, keep up the middle, and walk it in for the West Sioux touchdown with 6:09 left to play in the first half. West Sioux back on the board, our first score of the second quarter, and it's a 27-14 advantage for the Falcons now.
Well, Jay, we've seen it here, and West Sioux taking advantage of the turnover inside of Lion territory and taking advantage of the short field. When the Lions have been able to make them go the distance, they've been able to get the stops, but short field is tough to stop a team like this.
Tepti with the extra point coming up for the Falcons. Boots it up and through. 6:09 left to play in the first half. 28-14. West Sioux leading Central Lyon George Little Rock. This is Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. Back in Haywarden along with Joel Viss, I am Jay Kelly. Central Lyon George Little Rock trailing West Sioux by a score of 28-14. And the turnover bug bites the Lions once again. A interception deep in Lion territory leads to another West Sioux score. So the Falcons up 28-14. I believe 14 of their 28 points coming off of turnovers officially. One of their touchdowns coming via a blocked punt. It was one of those pooch punt attempts that the Lions run, and one of the linemen blocked that. But like you said, Joel, when the Lions force them to go the distance, the Lion defense seems to have more success.
Yeah, and that's one of those things we saw last week. The turnover bug just takes them out of position, and the Lions need to get that fixed up and get themselves back in this game.
Ensuing kickoff, a low line drive. Krell will take it across the 20 out to about the 23-yard line where the Lions will start. First and 10. 6:04 left to play in the first half. 28-14. West Sioux with the advantage on CLGLR.
Well, and right there you saw they changed up their kicking style. They knew they were kicking into the wind, so they lowered the kick. And in the same aspect, Carter's gotten some great returns on the kickoffs here today. And this time they try to keep it away from him. They're able to corral him inside the 30.
Nagel in the shotgun on 1st and 10, takes a snap, a sweep around left side to Carter Krull, and West Sioux all over that, but Krull makes a miss. He's going to reverse his field and come back around the right side. Carter Krull keeps it alive and carries out to the 30-yard line for a pickup of about 5 or maybe even 6 on first down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him 6. That play was going nowhere, but very shifty out there was Carter Krull, and great job by the blockers out in front to see him reversing field. I think he ran about 25 yards to get 6.
Yeah, we've seen Carter do that before. 2nd down and 4 for the Lions from their own 30. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the hand to Krull. Vanted top on the counter over the right side. Nothing happening there. And a 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Lions with the ball on their own 30-yard line.
The defensive line of West Sioux is just getting incredible pressure in the backfield. They're winning the battle up front. They're getting in there, and the Lion running backs are having to shift in the backfield before they can even get any kind of positive yards. And hopefully Coach Postma is in their ear here when they get a chance again and can talk to these guys and maybe shore up that blocking game a little bit.
3rd down and 4. The Lions look like they're going to run the play clock down and call a timeout. Actually, they'll call a timeout with 5 seconds left yet on the play clock. So 4:52 left to play in the first half. 28-14. West Sioux with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock. An action-packed first quarter as West Sioux jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Lions cut that to 14-7, and West Sioux answered right back on the very next play, going up 21-7. The Lions cut it to 21-14, and then we get to the second quarter, Joel, and now the defenses have shown up in the second quarter. West Sioux with the only score, and that came on a Lion turnover deep in their own territory.
Yeah, defensive interception, a great pick by the defensive lineman on a screen pass attempt, and gave him the ball at the short field inside the 20-yard line. They were able to move it down and punch it in. Lions a big 3rd down here, 3rd down and 4 for them. And with 4:52 there, they need to get a drive to go in here. And if they can get this first down, maybe march it down the field. If they can score, they can milk a lot of time off the clock. That's got to be the goal for the Lions here, is try and go into the half down by only 1 touchdown. If you can get that accomplished here in the second quarter and get one more score on the board, you are definitely in good favor. Now, if you miss this 3rd down, your defense is going to come out, and they're going to have to step up.
3rd down and 4 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 30. Nagel in the shotgun, Krull in motion right to left. Nagel on the quarterback keep, will be hitting the backfield and make it to the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Lions will be forced to punt it away on 4th down with 4:40 left to play in the first half. Clock is on the move. Lions trail by 14, and West Sioux will be getting the ball to start off the second half as well, so the defense going to be behind the 8 ball here.
Yeah, the blocking just broke down on that one once again, and nowhere for the quarterback to run. Now forced to punt this ball away. It'll be good to see what Bus can do with the wind at his back.
High snap. Colton corrals it and gets off a high spiraling punt that takes a hop at the 25, inside the 10, and all the way down to the 7-yard line of West Sioux. Great punt, great execution from Colton Buss as that snap was nearly over his head. He used that vertical to get up, grab the snap, and get off a boomer of a punt.
Yeah, that was a great job by him. First of all, to catch the ball from being that high in the air and then get down and get off of just a booming kick over top the return man's head. And as you said, it bounced and gave us another 20 yards after the bounce. And so the Lions defense, they've got a shot here. You've got West Sioux pinned deep in their own end, or in their own territory. You force a 3 and out here, you could get the ball back with decent field position with 4 minutes left on the clock, and you could get yourself another chance.
28-14, West Sioux with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock as the Falcon offense comes out. Deckers will line up in the shotgun formation, 1st and 10 for West Sioux from their own 7. Deckers with twin receivers to each side. Man in motion right to left. That's line out. Deckers on the quarterback keep. Right up the middle. Will bowl over the Lion defense at about the 16-yard line for a pickup of 9 on first down.
You know, and you had to see that one coming there. You knew the quarterback not going to get too fancy down inside your own 10-yard line. Just let your best athlete on the field take the ball right up the field, and does a good job picking up 8 yards.
2nd down and 1 for West Sioux with the ball on their own 16. Deckers lines up in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side, dropping back to pass, a wheel route to the right side. Pass is intercepted by Austin Metzger at the 42-yard line. What an effort by Metzger as he dives and comes up with the turnover. The Lions with a huge defensive play. The receiver for West Sioux fell going across the middle, and it looked like it was going to be incomplete, but Austin Metzger came out of nowhere and made the pick.
Well, there's your idea there. 3:24 to go in the half. You've got the ball in West Sioux territory. You just got to move the ball here and do something with it, and you got a shot to limit the damage here in the first half.
On the 43 of West Sioux, Nagel in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side. Metzger in motion left to right. He'll take the hand from Nagel, get her moving upfield to the 40-yard line, and it will be a 3-yard pickup on first down.
You know, the blocking just really isn't there right now, Jay, and West Sioux is bringing linebackers. They're blitzing every down on this. We just got to kind of catch them in it and see if we can't get them in a guessing mode. But nonetheless, they're just getting in the backfield, really causing some havoc and not letting our offense get away.
2nd and 7 from the West Sioux 40. Nagel in the shotgun, fakes to the left, and he'll cut it back to the right. Nagel on the quarterback keep to about the 38. Pickup of a couple, and the Lions will be set with a 3rd and 5 from the 38-yard line of West Sioux with 2:40 left to play in the first half.
Well, on 3rd down and 5 at the West Sioux 37-yard line, Jay, you don't have to go for the home run on this one on 3rd down. You can run the ball one more time, get it down there, make 4th down and manageable. You know you're going for it on 4th down, so just do a little simple play here and get some positive yards.
Nagel in the shotgun on 3rd and 5. Quarterback keep around left end. Nagel gets some blocks, cuts it upfield inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, and the Lions will have the first down. 2:15 left in the first half. Clock will move as soon as the ball is set.
Yeah, nice run there by Lucas, just getting around the outside there. Good blocking on the outside by the wide receivers to give him the room down the field. 1st down and 10. Lions have the ball on the move. That's what they need, a little bit of momentum going their way.
1st down and 10 for the Lions. Ball spotted on the 29 of West Sioux. Nagel takes a snap, hands to Metzger, sidesteps a tackle in the backfield, and moves forward to about the 28 for a pickup of 1. Austin Metzger made something out of nothing right there.
Yeah, just more pressure in the backfield there. We're struggling to pick up these blitzing linebackers coming through. They're running that 3-5 defense, and they're bringing 2 to 3 guys each and every time. And we just got to try and figure out where they're coming from and see if we can't pick them up. If we can just chip them and get past that first line of defense, we could have something big.
2nd and 9 from the West Sioux 27. Nagel will lob it for Hymanson in the end zone. Dropped. Zed Hymanson could not hang on right about the goal line, just went through the outstretched arms and incomplete. So now a 3rd down and 9. Clock will stop on the incompletion with 1:35 left to play in the first half, and the Lions with the ball on the West Sioux 28-yard line.
That's a tough break there because Zed Hymanson had a step on the receiver, and it hit him right in the numbers. He just dropped it.
Nagel in the shotgun, everybody in tight on the line of scrimmage, dropping back to pass again. Quick pass, Trey Murray left side. Murray can't avoid the tackle, and he's brought down right about the line of scrimmage. So a 4th down and about 9 for the Lions. You have to imagine they're going to go for it here on the West Sioux 28-yard line. 1:18 left to play in the first half, and the clock is on the move.
Now here's the deal here. On 4th down, you either get the first down and you stop the clock, or you don't get it and you give them the ball back with a minute left. So you got to expect the Lions might work the clock here and run it down as much as they can.
Nagel in the shotgun, man in motion right to left. That is Kroll, and it looks like the Lions going to run the play clock down to 3 seconds and call a timeout with 53 seconds left to play in the first half. 28-14, the advantage for West Sioux over Central Lyon George Little Rock. 53 seconds left to play in the first half. The Lions facing a 4th down and 9 from the West Sioux 28-yard line, and that matchup was Zed Hymanson and the defensive back for West Sioux. We've been keeping an eye on that all night. The defensive back is got a handful of Zed's jersey, and Zed is pushing off. And these officials, I tell you what, they're keeping the flags in their back pocket here tonight.
Absolutely, they're letting them play. There's all sorts of contact both sides of the field. It's been pretty even. Like I said, you could talk about the defensive backs getting their hands on the receivers. The receivers are pushing off. Both teams are doing it. They're both getting the effect on that. And the officials are just letting them play. They're letting them be physical out there. And I guess as long as they do it honestly both the same way, it's no cause on there, and so far they've done that.
Yeah, I think you could ask any football coach. They'll take a flag fest, they'll take a let them play, but as long as you call it both ways, and really there's been no favoritism towards either team. They're letting everything go so far here in this first half. Just a few offsides calls. That's about all I can recall for penalties so far. 4th down and 9 for the Lions. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, dropping back to pass, looking over the middle of the field, and the catch is incomplete. The pass was intended for Skidmore in the end zone, but incomplete off the hands of the West Sioux defense. So the turnover on downs for the Lions with 46 seconds left to play in the first half. Trailing at 28-14, and we'll see what West Sioux comes up with now with the ball on their own 28.
And that was a good job by the West Sioux linebacker. He was the under guy and saw the ball going deep over his head. He just turned around, sprinted, got his hand up at the last second, and deflected it away from Thomas Skidmore.
First down and 10 for West Sioux. Ball spotted on their own 28 as Deckers will line up in the shotgun. Takes a snap, dropping back. Screen pass over the middle to Lyon. Lyon at the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, and it's a drag race down the sidelines with Lyon and Metzger. Metzger pushes him and gets him to step out of bounds. Last-ditch effort by Austin Metzger comes up as he gets Lynott to step out of bounds at the 18-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock.
And that was the thing that you didn't want to have happen out there. You definitely didn't want to give West Sioux another chance here with under a minute to play to try and make this a 3-possession ball game. And Lions defense on their heels after a big screen pass, and Lynott just showing how effective he really is.
34.8 seconds left in the first half. 28-14, West Sioux with the advantage. Deckers in the shotgun, dropping back, looking right side over the middle, and Lynott can't hang on. Leaps for the catch, but just through his hands, incomplete. And the clock stops with, 34.8. Apparently the clock didn't start.
Clock didn't move on that one, but nonetheless, the play was run. We'll see what the officials decide if they're going to run some time off the clock, but they won't. Nobody's really noticing that.
Second down and 10, ball spotted on the 18 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Deckers in the shotgun, takes the snap, dropping back to pass, sets up the screen left side, and the pass incomplete. He had to fire it with some mustard on it as Lucas Nagel had his hands up in his face.
Yeah, Nagel had the hands up, had to throw it behind line out there, and Jarrett Meyer just almost fell right into an interception there, and you could see he was pretty frustrated. He thought he might have had that one, but losing his footing. Nonetheless, 3rd down and 10 here. If the Lions can get out of this one without giving up the score, that is definitely going to be a win on their side going into the half.
29.8 seconds left in the first half. 28-14, West Sioux with the lead. Looking to add to it. 3rd and 10 from the Central Lyon George Little Rock 18-yard line. Deckers in the shotgun, rolling out left side, looks in the flat, has a man, catch is made at the 16, and that's Austin Wilbert, but he's immediately hit by Meyer for the Lions at the 16-yard line, and West Sioux will call a timeout with 22.8 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, Kalen Meyer, great job there of pursuing on that one. Wilbert made the catch, and he just brings him down immediately. Great tackle, and making them force that timeout. Got to use them, can't bring them into the half, so, I mean, take it away with you, and you got to expect them to try for another one. With 22 seconds left on the clock, Jay, they still have a few timeouts left for West Sioux. I think they have one more, and if they can get the first down, so they don't necessarily have to go for the end zone on this play. They just got to try and get a first down and give themselves another chance.
28-14, the advantage for West Sioux on Central Lyon George Little Rock here tonight in Haywarden. 22.8 seconds left to play in the first half. It will be a 4th down and 8 coming up for the Falcons with the ball on the 16-yard line of CLGLR. And it looks like the Falcons are going to line up to kick a field goal here.
That'll be an interesting thing. This is no gimme field goal. I mean, this is going to be a 35-yarder into the wind, so we'll see what kind of leg that they've got on this.
Petty from the left hash, as it looks like Lynott will supply the hold. We wait for the snap. Snap is good. Hold is down. Kick is up. It is blocked by the Lions, and the Lions will fall on it. at the 25-yard line. One of the Lion defensive linemen got through. I think it was Parker Netton that got through and blocked it.
Yeah, Netton doing a good job of getting through there. It was a pretty low kick, trying to keep it out of the wind, and Parker's able to get the block on the field goal. So far, the Lions can come out here, just take a knee on it, and go into the half. And Jay, Parker Netton going to be our guest at halftime. He is our Lions Den interview here at the half. So make sure you stay tuned for our halftime report, and let's hear a little bit more about Parker Netton.
Yeah, fitting timing for Parker to make a play. So the Lions will have it 1st and 10. The ball spotted on their own 25 after the blocked field goal attempt. 15.8 seconds left in the first half, and the Lions trail 28-14. We'll see what they elect to do here.
You would think that they should just do a running play, maybe let Lucas take off with it. If he can bust a big one, maybe you get something out of that. But other than that, you can't expect anything too fancy here. Going to sit on it and probably take this into the half.
Trip receivers wide to the left, a single receiver wide right as Nagel will line up in the shotgun formation. It looks like Vandentop will be an up back standing to Nagel's left. We're waiting for the officials to, not quite sure what the delay is here for the officials.
I don't know if they're trying to reset the clock possibly.
Yes.
They are. They're going to put some more time on the clock.
Yep, 17 seconds. Okay, so 17 seconds officially on the clock. Nagel in the shotgun. Calls it out, dropping back to pass, and Nagel under pressure. He'll tuck it and run with it. Nagel up the right sideline, 35, out of bounds at about the 39-yard line. He'll have a first down. They'll say he stepped out at the 38. So 9.5 seconds left in the first half, and the Lions still a ways away. 62 yards to be specific from the West Sioux end zone.
Well, using a little bit of sidelines there, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock, and only used 8 seconds. So, I mean, they can get a little bit closer, and with that wind at your back, you might be able to throw one deep.
Trip receivers to the left, a single to the right. Nagel will tuck and run around left end this time. Heading for the sidelines, tripped up at the 45-yard line, and 0.3 seconds left in the first half. We'll wait and see what the call on the field is. Is it going to be a timeout, or what's the call on the field? Yep, they're going to say run it out.
Yep, so they'll run the clock. Lions don't have any timeouts left, so that will go.
So 28-14, that is the score as we head into the half. It was a 21-14 game at the end of quarter number one. West Sioux scoring the lone touchdown of the second quarter. Hold everything now. They're calling the teams back out on the field here. We're going to wait and see what the officials elect to say. Ball spotted at the 46 of CLGLR. The clock was stopped with 0.3 seconds left in the first half. So we'll see.
Wow, if they're going to go 0.3 and they called a timeout, they may have one more play to go.
They are going to give a timeout as you saw West Sioux headed off or started heading off the field. However, Central Lyon, George Little Rock, their sidelines did not move, so the Lions must have called a timeout all along. So we'll wait and see here on second down. Technically a second down and about 2. However, really it's a second down and about 54 because the ball spotted on their own 46. And the Lions obviously going to be a meaningless play unless you get a touchdown here.
Yeah, absolutely. One untimed down is basically what you're going to go for here. With 1 second they'll put on the clock. And like I said, pretty much time is meaningless here other than the fact that the Lions are going to get one more play.
Nagel will line up in the shotgun with Vandentop to his left, twin receivers wide to each side. Nagel calls it out, takes a snap, dropping back to pass, looking over the middle. Under pressure, he'll be brought down at the 41-yard line. Quarterback sack coming from the left defensive end. And that will bring us to the half. So a 28-14 advantage for West Sioux over Central Lyon George Little Rock at the half here tonight in Haywarden. As we mentioned, West Sioux raced out to the 14-0 lead early tonight. Central Lyon George Little Rock coming back to cut that lead in half to 14-7. West Sioux would put up another score, 21-7 advantage for the Falcons, and the Lions would answer right back, cut it to 21-14. That would end the first quarter, and then only one touchdown in the entire second quarter, and that comes off a CLGLR turnover on their own 24-yard line. So really, Joel, the defenses on both sides did a nice job there in that second quarter of play.
Yeah, all offense in the first quarter. Defenses came alive in the second quarter, and both teams settled down a little bit and started to work a little bit more things. And this wind really playing a factor in the ball game so far. Both teams really struggling to throw the ball down the field. Anytime either teams had to throw it down the field, whether in the wind or out of the wind, or with the wind at their back, it's really caused an effect on the deep ball. So you've seen a lot more screen passes and underneath passes to be effective for these teams.
Well, 28-14, that is the score at the half. West Sioux with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. A matchup of 0-1s here in week number 2. Both these teams hungry for their first win of the season in week number 2 of non-district play. Stay tuned. Coming up on the halftime report, we'll get together with Lions senior Parker Netton as we take a trip inside the Lions den and get to know Parker a little bit better. That will come your way next on the halftime report from Haywarden. Once again, your score at the half. West Sioux leading Central Lyon George Little Rock 28-14. This is Lyon football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success. Here at Central Lyon, we have a tradition of excellence and take pride in our quality education. Central Lyon has undergone many changes over the years, but our mission has remained the same: to provide an education and the opportunity for all students to become productive, lifelong learners. Our rich history combines with our state-of-the-art facilities to give students the best of both worlds. Our students have access to the newest technology, dedicated teachers, and a community that supports our efforts. Central Lyon Community School District, setting the standard for success.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
Farmers, it's harvest time, and let's face it, things are quite different this year. Are you worried that your yields are down, but your production costs will keep rising? Let DeNoble & Company PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, relieve some of your stress by working with you to minimize your taxes and maximize your return. Call DeNoble & Company today for more information on end-of-the-year tax planning. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face, a long lost friend with a helpful hand, picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank in your own backyard, with people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
And we welcome you back to the half and another edition of the Lions Den, where each and every week we get together with one of our Central Lyon George Little Rock football players and get to know them just a little bit better. This week we're being joined by senior Parker Netton. Parker, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Parker, let's talk about it. As your senior year, you've gone through the 3 years. Tell us a little bit about the off season and how you got ready to go into your senior year.
I started focusing on lifting a little bit after basketball ended last year, and then I had an injury that kind of postponed my lifting, and then mostly just went into the summer, started lifting hard during the summer, and went to some camps.
Well, and after the injury, obviously healed up nicely and ready to go for this year.
Yep.
Well, let's take you onto the football field. As I said, you are a senior out there. Tell us a little bit about the positions you play on each side of the ball and what your responsibilities are.
So on defense, I'm a linebacker, and usually I run commit, usually just stuff the holes, or if there's pass, drop back and cover whoever's I need to cover. And then on offense, I am a running back, either run the ball, go for passes, or stay in and block for my quarterback.
And what do you like better, offense or defense?
I go defense.
You'll take defense?
Yeah.
You like to hit people?
Yeah.
All right, that's what we like to hear. Well, let's take you off the football field. Let's bring you into the classroom. You're a senior at George Little Rock this year. Tell us a little bit about some of the classes you're taking in your final year.
I'm taking college speech, algebra 2, I think it is, world lit, government, personal finance, foods, just to cover some spots, and that's it. I got a couple study halls then.
So you're taking a few harder classes,
Yeah.
college classes, preparing for next year.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about next year a little bit. What is the future heading for next fall for Parker?
My plan is go to a 2-year school at Mini West in Worthington, hopefully play some football there, and after 2 years transfer to USD and play there.
Well, very good. Obviously very busy with football season right now. You've got a full class load. What are some other things that you're involved in throughout your senior year?
Just basketball. Those are football and basketball, my 2 favorite sports, and yeah.
And those keep you plenty busy as
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, then you can get ready for college. You can start thinking about that stuff and go from there.
Yep.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your senior year. Obviously, playing throughout the seasons, you've done some things out there. What are some goals you have, maybe personally and maybe for the team that you have going into your senior year?
I'm hoping for us to make the playoffs this year. Last year was kind of rough, as most people know. Some goals for myself: just be a team leader, be loyal to my team, and mostly those 2 things.
And maybe score a few touchdowns and maybe a few interceptions.
Yeah.
That's what we'll go for. Well, as a senior out there, you talk about being a team leader. That's a huge commitment, a huge importance out here. As a team leader here, what can you tell these younger kids coming through the program? What should they be doing and what should they be focused on?
Mostly they should focus on school first. Grades are a big deal, and lifting, getting into the weight room. And lifting can help with multiple sports: football, basketball, baseball, and stay out of trouble too when you're out of school. Don't need to be getting in trouble with the law and stuff.
Well, all good advice there for you. One more thing before you go. As a senior, once again, being through the program, you started when you were in middle school, you've come through it. What has been your favorite part about being a CLGLR football player?
Coming together as brothers. We've all got pretty close since middle school, and even like the younger kids are getting pretty close to me too.
Well, that's great to hear, bud, and we wish you the best of luck in the future.
And thank you.
That is senior Parker Netton. We'll be back with more of the halftime show when we return.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Here at Central Lyon, we offer equal opportunities in a fun learning environment.
Students K through 12 participate in a wide variety of activities in and out of the classroom.
Teachers here at Central Lyon go the extra mile to help students achieve their academic goals.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
The husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Back in Haywarden, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. Central Lyon George Little Rock football on the air here on a beautiful Friday night in Haywarden, Iowa. 28-14, the advantage for the West Sioux Falcons over the Lions of Central Lyon George Little Rock at the half here tonight in Haywarden. The game got off to a racy start with both teams' offenses putting up the points in the first quarter. However, the defenses have held serve in the second quarter. 28-14 advantage for West Sioux at the half. The West Sioux Falcons opened up the scoring just 3 minutes, just over 2 minutes into the game, I should say. A 30-yard touchdown run by Cade Lynott, the junior running back. The point after was good, and West Sioux held a 7-0 lead. Falcons would strike once again 4 minutes later. A 6-yard touchdown run this time from Cade Lynott, and a 14-0 advantage for West Sioux. Lions would get their first touchdown on the board, a 61-yard screen pass from Lucas Nagel to Tanner Vandentop. The point after from Carter Krull was good, and the Lions cut the West Sioux lead to 14-17. Very next play, West Sioux would answer with a 76-yard touchdown run from junior quarterback Hunter Deckers. The point after was good, and West Sioux with a 21-7 advantage. Lions would answer back just before the end of the first quarter with 1:46 left in the opening frame. Lucas Nagel on a 1-yard quarterback plunge. The point after from Carter Krull was good. 21-14, West Sioux with the advantage over CLGLR at the end of quarter number one. As we mentioned, the defense is holding serve in the second quarter. The only score coming for West Sioux off of a Lion turnover deep in their own territory. The Lions with a interception on a screen play set up at their own 24-yard line. Deckers would manage to score on a 3-yard touchdown run. The drive resulting from that interception. The point after was good. 28-14, that is where we are at the half here tonight. And the keys for Central Lyon George Little Rock, Joel, obviously a little more consistency out of this team. We were mentioning while we were off the air there, talking about tough to get a read on this team right now. They're great at times, not so great at times, just kind of inconsistent, I think would be the best way to describe them right now.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where you would expect that out of an inexperienced ball squad out there. But we got a lot of guys with some playing time out there on the field, and you shouldn't expect those inconsistencies out there. As you said, we show flashes of really good plays. We block well, we run well, and we look right on target. We can get that going, but then there are lapses, and sometimes those lapses, it only takes one lapse of a play to really cause some chaos. We saw in the first quarter, we had West Sioux at a 3rd and 12 at one point in time. They hit a 50-yard screen pass on us. And that killed us. That resulted in a touchdown right away. They ended up with a big run, or a couple big runs. There's been a lot of big plays out there for both teams, and that's just some of those things you got to shore up out there. And like I said, Jay, if we can stay focused throughout the game, we can do a lot of good things. We showed the ability to move the ball. The one thing we're going to have to do offensively is figure out this blitzing defense for West Sioux. They are wreaking havoc in our backfield. And our offensive linemen just got to make a few adjustments. They got to get their reads down and try and figure out where the pressure is coming from. And if we can get to them, if we can even just chip them a little bit, we'll be able to get some big plays, because they're bringing, 7, 8 guys at a time, and they're really getting in the backfield. And anytime we try and run the ball, we're running 2 to 3 yards backwards before we get to go forward. So if we can get by that, we've got the ability to claw our way back into this one. Yardage-wise, not looking too bad. 120 on the ground for us, 116 through the air. 236 yards in the first half. Very well-rounded, and we've run about 37 plays. That's a good half. We always like to talk about if you can run 60 plays in a game, you got a good chance to win the game. So I mean, we're just over halfway there. We just got to click a little bit more and then finish those drives that we get started there. We can't have those mental mishaps where we move the ball down to the 30, 40-yard line, and then we have 2 bad plays, and all of a sudden we find ourselves at 3rd and 10 or 4th and 8, and we get ourselves in some trouble and just can't finish those drives.
Well, you certainly think that the heat is going to be on the Lion defense to start things off here in the second half. West Sioux declined. They had won the opening toss but elected to defer, so the Falcons will get the ball to start things off here in half number 2. And certainly the Lion defense, it is in their best interest to hold this West Sioux team 3 and out and get the offense on the field immediately.
Well, absolutely, and 3 and out would be outstanding, Jay, but just get a stop of any kind out there. You don't want to go down by 3 touchdowns. This is too good of a football team to let them handle a 3-touchdown lead, and it would be great momentum. We talked to Coach Eben in the pregame show, and he talked about momentum and how our team thrives off of that good momentum, and we need some plays to go our way and get that rolling in our favor. And one of those things would be a good 3 and out, get the ball back with good field possession, go down there and score right away. If we can cut this to a 1-touchdown game early on in the third quarter, it'll give our guys those good feels, those good momentum feelings, and hopefully they can carry that throughout the rest of the game and give themselves a chance to get back in it.
Well, West Sioux, the number 1 ranked team in the state 1A football polls, the defending state champions, of course, from last season, took one on the chin against Boyden Hull Rock Valley last Friday night in their season opener. You knew you were going to get their best shot, and certainly that's what the Lions have seen here tonight. So can the Lions handle that, get up from that punch now, and fight back? They're down by 2 touchdowns, and we'll see here as we kick off half number 2. Once again, the Lions will be kicking the ball to start out the second half here tonight in Hayward. This West Sioux team, every bit as advertised, Joel. Not a whole lot of size on this team, but very, very quick.
Yeah, they are very fast, and they do a lot of the little things right. They find themselves in the right positions a lot, and they do some good things out there. Now, one thing that I am noticing, Jay, in that first half, throwing the ball was tough out there because the wind was so, the kicking game, the passing game was tough because you were throwing dead into a south wind, or you had that south wind at your back, and it really affected a lot of the passing plays and the kicking game out there for both teams. Now you sit here at the half, you look over there, and that flag is just laying dead still against the pole over there. No wind, and we'll see if that changes the gameplay for either one of these teams, and maybe they can be a little bit more effective throwing the ball.
And for those unfamiliar with the field here in Haywarden, hey, we can't blame you. It's been since the late 80s since the Lions have faced against West Sioux. Without the aid of video here tonight, the field does run to the north and south here in Haywarden, and also the Lions will be moving from the right to the left in your mind's eye as we kick off quarter number 3. Lions decked out in their road whites tonight for the first time in the 2018 season. The white jerseys with the purple numbers and gold trim, the purple pants with the gold stripe on the side, and the gold helmets with the purple face mask. West Sioux in their home reds with the chrome silver colored numbers, red helmets with the red face mask, silver pants, and a red stripe down the side. Carter Kroll with the ball teed up on the 40-yard line, set for the second half kickoff as we await for the official signal. The signal is given. Kroll approaches and gives the ball the boot. Half number 2 is underway. The kick will fall into the hands of Lynott at the 8-yard line. Out to the 20, the 25. Bowls through a couple of Lion defenders across the 30 to about the 32, where West Sioux will start first and 10.
Well, Jay, this is where the questions will be answered here in this game. We're going to come out and defense fresh out of the half. We'll see if our defense can step up, see what kind of adjustments they made, and we'll see what West Sioux made for their adjustments as well. You know, last week we held the lead over West Lyon, and West Lyon made a few better adjustments at the half than we did, came out ready to play, and we were caught on our heels in the third quarter. So let's hope that they can rebound from that and get a little better start this week.
First down and 10 for West Sioux from their own 32. Deckers takes a snap, quarterback keep around left end. Deckers has some room to roam across the 35, the 40, and takes on the tackler at the 41. Going to be about a yard shy of the first down.
You know, and that was a good job there. We were blitzing Tanner Vanentop through the middle of the field on that one. And he had a good beat on Hunter Deckers, but it just shows how fast this kid is. He was able to just run away from him and get downfield, and a good, strong quarterback lowers the shoulder when he takes a hit.
Second down and 1 for West Sioux. The ball spotted on their own 41. Deckers in the shotgun on the opening possession of the second half. Takes a snap, drops back, throws over the middle. Pass is caught. Complete at the 47-yard line to Austin Wilbert for the West Sioux first down.
Yeah, just a nice little play there, just a little stop route, 6 yards on the play, nothing fancy on it. But nonetheless, a first down play there for him. Moving the chains right away are the Falcons.
1st and 10 for the Falcons from their own 47. Deckers in the shotgun. Pitch out to Lynott around left end. Lynott will cut it upfield to the midfield stripe and then some into Lion territory at the 49. A pickup of 4 on 1st down.
Yeah, and just good power running there. Just an easy little sweep over the side there. And he just runs downhill and just bowls through the defenders. We're there sitting there waiting for him. But he knocks us backwards and gets a few more yards.
2nd down and 6 for West Sioux from the Central Lyon George Little Rock 49-yard line. Deckers in the shotgun, fakes the hand to Lynott, keeps it himself, and Deckers is going to be planted in the backfield. Nice pressure coming through. Colton Buss takes him down back at the West Sioux 47-yard line, and now a 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Falcons.
You know, Colton Buss, he struggled here in the first half. You know, we saw a lot of him, called his name a lot last week there. He hasn't been able to get through yet tonight. Finally, he gets through, does a good job shucking off the block and breaking down and bringing the quarterback down for a loss.
3rd and 10 for West Sioux from their own 48. Deckers in the shotgun, dropping back to pass. Heaves one down the middle and overshoots everybody. Pass will fall incomplete. 4th down coming up. 10:02 left to play in the 3rd quarter. 28-14, West Sioux with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Well, you know, you're going to come out here, you're going to see Deckers roll out in that rugby-style form there to try and kick this ball away. But just like the Lions, you can't sit back on this one because he does have the ability. He could pull up and throw the ball at any time.
So 4th down and 10. Deckers back on his own 38, gets the snap, and he's going to punt. A low spiraling punt. Krull will watch it hop into the end zone, and the Lions will take it. 1st down and 10 on their own 20-yard line, so the Lion defense does what they were tasked to do with the opening offensive possession for West Sioux here in the second half. 9:54 left to play in the 3rd quarter, and the Lion offense is out on the field.
You know, that's a really good punt for Hunter Deckers out there. He's keeping it low. Carter Krall's had some really good returns so far when he can get his hands on the ball, and they're doing everything they can to keep it away from him and not even give him a chance.
Lucas Nagel lining up in the shotgun formation. Twin receivers to each side. Metzger in motion left to right. Nagel takes a snap. Quarterback keep around left end. Turns on the Jets at the 25, 30, 35, and out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Nagel will have a 1st down.
Nice run there, about 24 yards on the carry there for Lucas Nagel going around the corner there. Picked up a good block. And that's what we talked about, Jay, is if we can get those blocks on the edge and get to that 2nd level, we can bust some big plays.
Nagel in the shotgun, 1st and 10 for the Lions from their own 38. Quarterback keep around left end once again. Nagel makes a man miss. Can't make the 2nd man miss. He'll lose a yard on the play.
Yeah, right there, just came right back with the exact same play. This time West Sioux was ready for it, and Lucas had to tiptoe around in the backfield. Good pressure by West Sioux, and nowhere for him to go. He's going to have to eat that one for a loss of 1.
2nd down and 11. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the ball on their own 38. 28-14, West Sioux with the advantage. 9:20 left in the 3rd quarter. Nagel takes a snap, the hand on the counter to Metzger to the 40-yard line for a pickup of a couple, and a 3rd down and 9 for the Lions.
Yeah, that's just some tough running right between the tackles there. You can't show them that you're going to run outside the tackles all the time on that. So this time we come right back, go up on the inside, going to keep them honest and show them that we're not going to go away from it, and hopefully we can open something up again outside.
3rd down and 9 for the Lions from their own 40-yard line. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, quick pass in the flat off the right side to Vanted Top. He'll be wrapped up immediately at the 41-yard line, 1-yard pickup, and the Lions going to be forced to punt on their opening offensive possession of the 2nd half.
Man, that was a great open field tackle by the defensive back. He read that well, saw the underneath pass coming there, and came down and just made a fantastic tackle there, not giving up many yards.
Colton Buss standing back on his own 29-yard line as we await the snap. Snap is good. The kick is off. A high spiraling punt. Fair catch called for by Lynott at the 18-yard line. And that's where West Sioux will start out 1st down and 10, make it their own 17, where the Falcon offense will come back out onto the field.
Well, trading punts there on the first 2 possessions, Jay, and good defenses once again. And like I said, we saw a lot of offense in the first quarter. The defenses have definitely settled down and stepped up here. And that just plays in the favor of West Sioux. They'll trade punts with us left and back and forth all they want. They've got that 2-touchdown advantage. and the clock is definitely their friend.
8:11 left to play in the third quarter, 28-14. West Sioux with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. First down and 10 for the Falcons with the ball on their own 17-yard line. As Deckers will line up in the shotgun, single receiver to each side, takes a snap, quick dump off to Lynott in the backfield. Lynott brought down, slips to tackle and still carries out to about the 26. Carter Krull had him at the 20, but just slipped through his grasp and got an extra 6 yards.
Well, and that's part of it, though. Carter comes up there and trying to make the tackle, but he tried to tackle him up around the shoulder pads. You got to get low and bring this guy to the ground. He's able to spin out of it and get a big gain out of it.
Second down and about 2 for West Sioux with the ball on their own 26. Deckers in the shotgun, split receiver to each side, a wing back to the left, man in motion from right to left. That is Lynott. Deckers takes a snap, quick pass over the middle, catch made at the 40-yard line, or 30-yard line, out to the 31 for Wilbur.
Yeah, just a nice little 5-yard pattern. They're just going to go underneath there. The deep ball hasn't been working for them, but these receivers do a good job of finding the gaps there underneath the linebackers and pick up an easy first down.
First down and 10 for West Sioux with the ball spotted on their own 31-yard line. 7:21 left to play in the third quarter. 28-14, West Sioux with the advantage. Lynott on the sweep over left side, cuts it up over left tackle across the 35 out to the 36, and it is a 5-yard, close to a 5-yard pickup on first down.
Yeah, and just running the jet sweep. Nothing fancy out here. They're running the same kind of offense we do, Jay. I mean, we're mirroring each other offensively out there. But West Sioux is executing just a little bit better at this time.
Second down and about 5 for the Falcons with the ball on their own 36. Deckers in the shotgun, twin receivers left, takes a snap, drops back to pass, looking over the middle of the field, has a man deep, wide open. Catch is made by Trevor Sculler. Must have been a blown coverage there. There was nobody home for the Lions, and it will go for a deep score for West Sioux. 64 yards on the play, and the advantage now 34-14 for the Falcons.
That was the same play they ran earlier in the game, Jay, where Lynott broke free right down the seam, and the inside wide receiver just runs a streak right down the middle of the field. Safety and the cornerback not sure who they have to pick up on that play. He runs free, and this time no wind to alter the ball, and just an easy pitch and catch there for Deckers to throw it out there for Skeller, and he was able to march it in from 64 out.
Point after from Tepti is up and through. 6:36 left to play in the third quarter. 35-14, West Sioux leading Central Lyon George Little Rock. This is Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Frontier Bank is more than a bank. We're a community. Banking locally with Frontier Bank means that your money circulates within the community, funding small business lending and benefiting our local citizens, farmers, and neighborhoods. Frontier Bank is a community bank with leading-edge technology, including interactive teller machines and mobile deposits. Keep your deposits local and our community strong with Frontier Bank.
6:36 left to play in quarter number 3 here in Haywarden. Now a 35-14 advantage for West Sioux over Central Lyon George Little Rock. Trevor Sculler finding a wide open, or I should say Hunter Deckers finding a wide open Trevor Sculler for the 64-yard touchdown pass right down the tube for West Sioux, and the Falcons now with a 35-14 advantage. Ensuing kickoff from Tepti coming up here, and the Lion offense, Joel, needs to get something going fast.
Yeah, you're going to almost be in desperation mode here. 6.5 to play in this third quarter. You got to score, and you got to score now.
A low line drive end-over-end kick will be fielded by Krull at the 5-yard line. Slips, gains his footing at the 10-yard line to the 15, and just shy of the 20, about the 18, where the Lions will take over first and 10.
Yeah, and a little bit of tough footing there out there on the field. There's a few ball patchy spots on this field there, and Carter caught it right in that spot and tried to take off, and had lost his footing a little bit. That allowed the coverage team to get down there, and right now this Falcons team is looking a lot more fresh than the Lions on the field. They're breaking down, they're tackling, and they got a little bit extra step in there or behind them.
First down and 10 for the Lions. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap, quarterback keep right up the middle, and Nagel will get some good yards on this one. Carries across the 30 for the first down out to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, nice carry right up the middle there. Good blocking up front. And the Lions, we've seen that. We've showed that we can do it. We just haven't done it consistent enough to finish off these drives. And you can't give West Sioux any more opportunities out there.
First down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock on their own 31. Nagel takes a snap, hit in the backfield and dropped back at the 26-yard line. Going to be a loss of 5 on the play.
Right when we talk about how good the blocking can be, then you come back with a play like that, and they've got 3 red jerseys in the backfield before Lucas can even make a decision, and nowhere for him to go, and he goes down for a loss.
Second down and a 15 for the Lions with the ball spotted on their own 26-yard line. Twin receivers to the left, twins to the right. Nagel in the shotgun with Vanetop standing to his left. Nagel takes a snap. The hand up the middle to Vanetop, breaks it out left side and carries to about the 29-yard line, pickup of 3 and a 3rd and 12 coming up.
Third down and long situation once again here for the Lions. They found themselves in this spot a lot in this ball game, and that really limits your play calling, and not a whole lot you can do to try and pick up those first downs. And Lions desperately need one. They don't need to punt this ball away and give West Sioux another shot, as they've just been rolling here in the third quarter.
On third down and 12, Nagel from the shotgun, pump fake, deep pass down the middle for Carter Krull, and Krull is going, it's going to be intercepted at the 43-yard line of West Sioux. Coming up with the interception on the play. I believe that was Saul Ortiz coming up with the interception for West Sioux. It really was a tug of war between Krull and Ortiz, as they both had hands on the ball, and Ortiz just came up with it.
Yeah, tried to hit that pump and go down the sideline or down the middle of the field, and the defensive back just not fooled with it, running toe for toe with Carter, and the jump ball was won by the Falcons on that one.
First down and at 10 for West Sioux following the turnover on their own 43. Deckers, quick hit on the left side, dropped by the receiver on the play, and that is Chase Copeman's. Incomplete. Second and 10 coming up with 4:56 left to play in the third quarter. 35-14. West Sioux with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Yeah, just a quick hitter there down the sidelines. Could have been a nice game, but the ball thrown at his ankles, and wide receiver just can't come up with it.
On second down and 10, Deckers in the shotgun, pump fake and deep ball down the left sideline. Good defense by the Lions. Cole Telford running step for step with the wide out and incomplete. Third down and 10 coming up.
Both teams going back to it there. They try for the pump and go there, show that pass to the outside, then go deep down the field. Cole Telford running right with the wide receiver there of Drake Milliken. And a good job there as the ball was overthrown.
Third down and 10 for West Sioux. Deckers setting up the screen over the middle, and the pass is complete. Terrible tackling by the Lions. Tepti is going to break it to the house, but 2 flags coming in. Or Lynott, pardon me. 2 flags coming in back at the line of scrimmage, and we'll see what these are. Flags have been rare here tonight.
Well, we'll see if it's illegal lineman downfield. On them screen passes, that's something you see a lot as an lineman downfield, or if you might see a hold. We'll have to see what the flags are.
Well, the official calls coming up. Flags have been few and far between here tonight. We haven't seen many of them, so you got to know something was wrong if the officials are going to throw them here tonight.
Well, and regardless, the Lions should have had that for only a 5-yard gain. They read it well. They were there. They just didn't make the tackle.
And it was an illegal man downfield for West Sioux on the screen pass, so that will set them up back now from the line of scrimmage.
The Falcons head coach is trying to ask the questions on this, and I think what they're talking about is the running back was beyond the line of scrimmage. If the running back's behind the line of scrimmage, you can't get that illegal lineman downfield. But as soon as he crosses the line of scrimmage, he's a wide receiver, and that's where you get the illegal lineman downfield. So negating a big play and a touchdown there, and now they sit there with third down and 15 instead of a score.
Ball spotted on their own 38. Deckers in the shotgun once again. On third and 15, quick pass over the middle. Catch is made on the hitch and go to Lynott. Lynott slips through one tackle at the 25, breaks another, breaks a third, and inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. The hitch and go to perfection, run by the West Sioux Falcons.
Yeah, just perfect timing there. They hit the big wideout on the outside. He tosses it right as the defender gets there, and Lynott just catches it in stride, and then he does what he does and gets inside the 20.
19-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. First down and 10 for West Sioux with 4:08 left to play in the third quarter. 35-14 the lead for the West Sioux Falcons over Central Lyon George Little Rock, and West Sioux threatening for more from the 19-yard line of the Lions. Deckers in the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. Deckers calls it out, takes a snap, the hand up the middle to Coatmans, and Coatmans will pretty much walk into the end zone. No fight put up by the Lions, but now we got another flag deep down the field here where the wide receiver may have been blocking for West Sioux.
Yeah, you might see a hold there on a wide receiver, and that's tough. Holding on wide receivers, I hate to see that because you ask your wideouts to get out in the open field and do some blocking, and anytime they do put on a good block, they usually get called for a hold downfield, and that'd be a tough call there because that was a great play by West Sioux. The Lions had nothing for them on that one.
The spot foul is going to be at the 3-yard line, so the penalty will be walked back to the 12-yard line, and it will still be a gain of about, 6 or 7 yards for West Sioux on the play following the penalty call.
Nonetheless, it's going to be first down here for West Sioux, and the Lions defense hasn't showed a whole lot of resistance here, so we'll have to see if they can step up.
First down and 3 on the Lion 13, and the hand goes to Coatman. Coatman hit in the backfield, but still manages to carry up to the 9-yard line, and that should set up a first and goal for the Falcons as we got another West Sioux player down on the field.
Yeah, and once again, the Lions in the backfield once again trying to get their hands on them. And they slipped through 2 tackles before the third man brings them down, and a tough break there for the Lions. And as you said, Jay, West Sioux has a lineman going down. Looks like he'll be cramping down there. Looks like he's got a leg injury, and the trainers will go out there and check him out.
Jared Nahova, a 5'10", 195-pound senior offensive lineman for West Sioux, the man down on the field. 3:32 left to play in the third quarter. 35-14, West Sioux with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock here tonight in Haywarden, and West Sioux looking to add to that lead with a first down and goal from the CLGLR 9-yard line following the injury timeout here.
And, coming out here again, Jay, we talked about last week against West Lyon. We had the momentum in our favor there. We rolled into the half with the lead, came out of the half, and West Lyon really took advantage of Central Lyon George Little Rock in the third quarter, and they played a lot better. We have some struggles coming out of the half for some reason here, and it's showing it is here again, and West Sioux has just looked 100% more crisp than CLGLR so far here in this third quarter, and with a team like West Sioux, the ability, the weapons that they have, you can't miss often because if you do, they're going to make you pay.
Well, the injured party is off the field. 3:32 left to play here in the third quarter. 35-14, the advantage for West Sioux. First down and goal for the Falcons from the 9-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. And the Lion defense certainly could use that blow, so we'll see if that gives them a second wind of sorts. Deckers takes a snap, quick pass left side for Lynott. Lynott drops it. Lions fall on it, but it is a forward pass incomplete.
Well, that was really close, Jay, and actually Lynott tried to make a move with it, and I think he bobbled the ball, and thank goodness he bobbled it because otherwise it was very close to being a fumble and a turnover, and that had been a huge turn of events. But nonetheless, never had complete possession of the ball, so it's an incomplete pass.
Second down and a goal for West Sioux with the ball on the 9-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. As Deckers will line up in the shotgun once again. Twin receivers to each side. A wingback to the left. Lynott in motion from right to left. Deckers will fake to him. Quarterback keep around right end. He'll be hitting the backfield and dropped once again. And it looks like Colton Buss coming through to make the play for the Lions.
Yeah, Buss doing a nice job there. Gets upfield when he can get a good push there, get free. And he timed that well. Going to knock him down for a 4-yard loss on that. And Lions sitting here, it's third down and goal from the 13-yard line. If they can get a stop here, still not much time left, but it's definitely something to finally go right in their favor in this third quarter.
Deckers will line up in the shotgun once again. Twin receivers right, a single to the left, a single back behind him. As Deckers splits the wide out, now calls for a man in motion right to left. Takes a snap, quick dump off to Lynott, and the pass led him a little too far, incomplete. Fourth down and goal now for West Sioux with the ball at the 13-yard line of CLGLR.
Yeah, had some pressure there once again from Bus there coming off the edge, and got his hands up there and forced the quarterback to lead him just a little much. We'll see if they decide to go for it here and maybe try that field goal again, but it looks like they're bringing the offense back out.
Clock stops on the incompletion with 2:44 left to play in the third quarter. Deckers dropping back to pass, looking over the middle, lets it fly, and incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Lions come up with a hold, and they will take over deep in their own territory, 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line.
Well, Jay, you're down here by 3 touchdowns, and the Lions offense has not shown much here in this third quarter. They got to start figuring something out and get something rolling there. And another West Sioux athlete down in the end zone. He's cramping up again. Very humid out here tonight, and now that wind has stopped, you see those in a lot of these early ball games. If guys aren't getting enough water on the sidelines, that cramping issue does become a factor.
Yeah, that definitely factors into these early season games. We see it every year. 2:44 left to play in the third quarter, 35-14. So the Lions will start deep in their own territory, but I guess the good thing there is the Lion defense was able to hold West Sioux off the board and still give them a puncher's chance here, down by 3 touchdowns with a little over a quarter left to play.
Wow, and that's a big one there. I do believe that's Lyon coming off the field, and that would be a definite feather in the cap of the Lions. If Lyon has to go to the sidelines for an extended time, that'll really limit the offense for West Sioux. So here's your Lions' chance to try and get back into this ball game. And like I said, Jay, they got to move the ball here. They got to score now just to even give themselves a chance in the fourth quarter.
First down and 10, Central Lyon, George Little Rock from their own 13. Twin receivers to each side. Nagel in the shotgun. Metzger in motion right to left. And Nagel hands to Metzger. Metzger around right end. Nothing happening there as West Sioux able to stand them up right at the line of scrimmage and even going to lose a yard on the play.
Man, West Sioux just about intercepted the handoff there. They came flying through the line of scrimmage there. Had a linebacker untouched, and luckily Austin didn't just get clobbered and able to shrug himself off and goes down for a short loss.
Second down and 11 yards now for the Lions from their own 12. Nagel in the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side, and up back stands to his left. Man in motion right to left, that is Krull. Nagel takes a snap, drops back to pass, and now he'll tuck it and run it. Quarterback keep up to about the 14-yard line for a pickup of a couple, and a third down and about 8 coming up for the Lions.
You know, and that's one of those things, Jay, right now is West Sioux. They're just swarming to the ball. They're going back, they're reading it, they're seeing what the play is, and they are just flying to the football right now. They're showing just a ton of speed, and they've got some athletes all over the field, and they're really stepping up and playing well.
Third down and 8 for the Lions. Nagel takes a snap, the hand to Murray, and the reverse, and this is going nowhere as this is going to be down all the way back at the 10-yard line, a loss of about, well, let's see here, 4 yards. Well, they're going to give them the... Well, they're only going to give them a loss of 1 on the play. Either way, it will be a punting situation here for the Lions as Colton Buss will line up on his own goal line, ready to boot it away with 1:13 left in the third quarter and the clock on the move.
You know, and that's not a very good set out there, Jay. We didn't do anything out there. We didn't block very well. We didn't run those plays very effective at all. And now the Lions back on their heels again, but a great punt once again by Buss.
Buss with another boomer off of the hop. The Falcons will take it back at the 23-yard line and run it back to the 29 as Austin Wilbert, the return man. Wilbert had to chase that down as it went over his head, but still made a little something out of it. A first down and 10 for West Sioux from their own 29.
Yeah, they did a good job there of getting it at least back to about the 30-yard line, and that's where the effect comes in there of Lynott not being in the ball game. He's been that return man, and this time you had to put in your backup there with Lynott on the sidelines.
49 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 35-14. West Sioux with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. Here tonight in non-district play, week number 2. Both these teams searching for their first win as both these teams fell in week 1. Decker's in the shotgun, pitch out over the left side, and here comes Lynott once again with blockers in front of him, and Lynott dragged down from behind after a pickup of about 3 or 4 on the play.
Yeah, just coming back into the game there, got stretched out on the sidelines. He comes right back in, and they get him in the motion right away. That's a good idea when you got a guy who is cramping a little bit. Get him running, get him moving out there, and just a sweep over the left side, a short gain. Lions defense trying to stand tall again, see if they can't get the ball back and give their offense another chance.
West Sioux will have to run at least one more play here before the end of the third quarter, as Deckers will line up in the shotgun. Split receiver wide to each side and up back behind him as Deckers looks over the Lion defense, and delay of game going to be called on West Sioux. They waited a little too long on the play clock with 2.9 seconds left on the game clock, and West Sioux will take the penalty.
Yeah, they'll march him back 5 yards there, and that might be a break to get that one because the snap came from the center, and it was awfully low there, and the Lions were coming through there, so that might have even been a blessing in disguise to let them have it.
Second down and 12 for the Falcons from their own 27-yard line with 2.9 seconds left in the third quarter. Deckers in the shotgun, the hand on the counter over the right side. Big hole for Lynott. Lynott's off to the races once again. Breaking down the sidelines. Cole Telford trying to stop him. He cannot. Meyer coming back and making the play at the 25-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. And that's how quarter number 3 will come to a close. A big gainer by Lynott on the counter over the right side. We've reached the end of 3 in Haywarden tonight, 35-14. West Sioux leading Central Lyon George Little Rock. This is Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
Farmers, it's harvest time, and let's face it, things are quite different this year. Are you worried that your yields are down, but your production costs will keep rising? Let DeNoble & Company, PC, certified public accountants in Rock Rapids and Laverne, relieve some of your stress by working with you to minimize your taxes and maximize your return. Call DeNoble & Company today for more information on end-of-the-year tax planning. We are a stable, reliable company with the security of experience and the energy of youth.
Back in Haywarden as we head to quarter number 4, 35-14. West Sioux with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock. 12 minutes up on the board for quarter number 4. First and 10 for West Sioux as we start off the fourth quarter from the CLGLR 26. The carry up to the 23, for 3 yards on first down.
Lions giving up a big play there, and here you sit down with second down now and 7 after West Sioux comes out, runs a simple little play once again to start the fourth quarter, just getting the clock rolling, and West Sioux just using the clock to their advantage.
On second down and 7 from the CLGLR 23, Deckers takes the snap, and a fumble on the play. The Lions got it back at the 25-yard line. Looks like a defensive lineman for the Lions jumped on it. That may have been Caden Huseman that covered it up. Yeah, it was Caden Huseman that fell on it at the 25-yard line.
And that's what you need there. You're getting these things. It might be a little too late here in the fourth quarter to finally get a turnover in your favor. But Lions, it don't mean anything unless the offense can figure something out, because they have not been effective at all here in the second half. They hopefully got a talking to in that quarter break, and hopefully they can get something rolling.
Well, the offense comes out onto the field, but the right tackle coming in late here. It looks like a substitution, actually, as Nagel in the shotgun. Calls it out, takes a snap, and hands up the middle. Nothing doing there, up to about the 26-yard line on first down for Telford. That was Murray on the carry, a gain of 1.
Yeah, Trey Murray carrying the ball that time and just going right up the middle. A little bit of indecision there. You can tell Murray is the third-string running back and out there, and him and Nagel just don't quite have the chemistry out there as the other ones do.
Second down and 9. Nagel in the shotgun, takes a snap. Quarterback keep up the middle, and Nagel will cross the 30 out to the 32-yard line for a pickup of about 5 on the play. Third down, and we'll call it 4 for the Lions.
Yeah, well, Lions trying to get something going here, just moving it through. And this might be a point here where they're just going to try and put a drive together and see if they can't pick up some first downs and give themselves a few positive vibes out there.
Third down and 4 for the Lions. Ball on their own 32. Quarterback keep once again for Nagel. Bowls over the defender at the 34-yard line, but he's still going to be about a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, going to pick up 3 there, but needed 4, and it's going to force the Lions to punt there. But one thing I did like is Lucas Nagel coming through there and put the head down. Or was that was Nate Klingenberg, wasn't it? Nate Klingenberg in at the quarterback spot now.
Yep, Klingenberg in at the quarterback position. Pardon me. Klingenberg will line up under center on 4th and short for the Lions. Klingenberg on the quarterback keep, and he's going to be pushed backwards. West Sioux will handle the 4th down and short as the center for Central Lyon, George Little Rock, just sitting at the line of scrimmage, watching the rest of the West Sioux Falcons take the quarterback on back.
Yeah, nothing doing there. West Sioux not fooled on that one. The Lions had to go for it there. They were down by 3 touchdowns. You got to do something. And just not ready for it, and West Sioux all over them on that quarterback sneak, and they'll get the ball back after the fumble with no damage.
First down and at 10 for West Sioux. The ball spotted on the 34 of Central Lyon, George Little Rock, with 9:46 left to play in the fourth quarter. 35-14, the advantage for West Sioux. And the Falcons looking for more. Decker's in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes a pitch, rolls out right side, looking to pass, lets it go. And incomplete. He was under pressure once again from Colton Buss. And a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Yeah, Buss has kind of figured it out here in the second half. That's kind of been one of our bright spots here on the defensive side. Buss struggled to get free in that first half. But here in the second half, he's done a good job of getting by there and finally getting some pressure on Deckers.
2nd down and 10 coming up for West Sioux. The ball spotted on the CLGLR 34. Clock stopped on the incompletion with 9:41 left to play. 35-14, West Sioux with the advantage. Deckers throws over the middle into traffic. Pass ball's incomplete. And a 3rd down and 10 coming up for West Sioux.
West Sioux trying to get things going here and see if they can't punch another one in. And they're trying a few different things. And Lions defense, they've been doing a pretty good job out there, Jay. They're kind of holding up. They're keeping the points off the board here and giving the offense the chances. The Lions offense just hasn't been effective at all.
3rd down and 10 for West Sioux with the ball spotted on the CLGLR 34-yard line. Deckers in the shotgun once again, dropping back to pass, looking over the middle, and the catch is made by Lynott at the 25. He'll carry up to the 20 for the first down for the Falcons.
Yeah, 14-yard pickup there on the pass completion to Lynott, and Cade Lynott has just had a fantastic game here so far tonight. He's got over 100 yards rushing. He's got over 100 yards receiving and has all the return yards to go with him. And he is a weapon beyond belief for this West Sioux Falcons team.
First down and 10 for the Falcons on the Lion 20-yard line. Deckers takes the snap, rolls out left side, looking to pass deep into the left corner of the end zone, overthrows the receiver on the play, and intended for Milliken and incomplete.
Yeah, and that's too bad there. Milliken had a step on the receiver there. Telford was running with him, I do believe, and trying to keep the hands up there, had his hands in front of the face, and the ball was just over the top, just a little too much, or that might have been another Falcon touchdown.
Clock stops on the incompletion with 9:05 left in the fourth. 35-14 the lead for West Sioux as Deckers takes a snap. Quarterback keep around right end, and Deckers has some room to roam. Carries down to the 10-yard line. Might be just shy of the first down, though.
Yeah, going to give him about 9 yards on the carry, but nonetheless, Jay, a great play there. As you're sitting there on 2nd down and long, you run the ball up there, you make yourself 3rd down and short, obviously in 4-down territory.
3rd and short, Deckers will line up under center, eye back behind him, quarterback keep. He'll have the first down up to about the 9-yard line, and a fresh set of downs for the Falcons.
Falcons just trying to push their way through here. They're working the clock, 8.5 to play in the ball game, and they're in no hurry right now. They're just kind of being very patient with the football and doing what they need to do. And they're just going to try and push this one in. I don't expect them to go to the air too much, I don't think. I would expect to see a few more runs here, use the clock, and then try and punch one in.
First down and a goal for West Sioux with the ball spotted on the 9-yard line of Central Lyon, George Little Rock. Deckers in the shotgun. Quarterback keep, breaks it out right side, bounces off of one defender, bounces off another, and tiptoes into the end zone for the West Sioux touchdown from 9 yards out. Deckers' 3rd running touchdown of the night with 8:13 left to play in the ball game.
Not sure what more we can do on that one, Jay. Deckers, we knew the play was coming. We knew he had it. And we had two defenders take shots at him after about a 1 and then about a 4-yard gain. And neither one of them could step up and bring him down. He just shrugs them off and walks in for the end zone.
Point after attempt coming up from Tepti, who's been perfect so far tonight. Snap is good, hold is down, kick is up, and the extra point is good. 8:13 left to play in the fourth quarter, 42-14. West Sioux with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock. This is Lion football on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network.
But I literally didn't see your text.
Pizza Ranch legends.
Like
the
I was
husband who didn't text back about supper.
probably near a text dead zone. You've heard of a text dead zone, right?
It's only a legend, but just in case, there's all kinds of husband didn't text back about supper flavor at Pizza Ranch.
I'm totally getting taco pizza!
There's all kinds of that at Pizza Ranch.
Back in Haywarden, 8:13 left to play. 42-14, West Sioux with the lead on Central Lyon George Little Rock here tonight. Week 2 non-district action for the Lions. First road trip of the season. Lions will be right back at home coming up next Friday night as the Spirit Lake Indians come to town. Spirit Lake, we haven't seen them in a couple years as the Indians will make a return visit to Rock Rapids.
Yeah, it doesn't get much easier in this non-district battle here up front in the beginning of the season for the Lions. Spirit Lake coming to town, a very good rival we've had with them over the last couple of years. Like I said, Jay, haven't seen them since we went over there in the quarterfinals a few years back and fell to them. So it'll be interesting to see what they bring to the table next week.
Ensuing kick coming from Tepti, fielded at the 12 by Krull at the 20, 25, 30. Tiptoes through a few defenders across the 35. Out to the 37-yard line. Krull has had some great returns on the kickoffs here tonight once again. And the Lions, once again, fortunate with some good starting field position. Just got to put something together offensively.
Yeah, when Carter's gotten the opportunities in some open field, he's done some great things with it. His opportunities have just been limited. They've kicked away from him. They've kicked it low to him here over the last couple quarters, and we'll see what he can do. Nate Klingenberg back in at quarterback for the Lions.
Klingenberg in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side, and up back stands to his left as Klingenberg calls it out. Carter Krull in motion right to left. Klingenberg hands right up the middle, and the carry by Murray across the 40 to the 41-yard line for a pickup of about 4.
Yeah, nice carry there for him. Trey Murray getting a few carries in there. He's had a pretty solid game. You know, limited touches out there, but when he is coming in, he's done some nice things. Lions changing things up. Nate Klingenberg in at the quarterback and putting Lucas Nagel out on the edge as a big, tall wide receiver.
Second down and 6. Twin receivers out wide to each side. Klingenberg takes a snap. Hand to Telford on the sweep around right end. Pardon me, that was Metzger. Metzger across the 45 out to the 47-yard line. Be about a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, that was a nice run there. West Sioux is really doing a good job. They've got the timing figured out of the Lions offense here, and they're coming through their blitz, and the Lions got to switch up the cadence a little bit and throw them off a little bit, and you'll have more gains like that.
Third down and 1 for the Lions. Ball spotted on their own 47. Klingenberg takes a snap. Quarterback keep around left end. Cuts it back up the middle into West Sioux territory at the 48 of the Falcons. And the Lions will move the chains with 7:01 left to play, trailing 42-14 here tonight.
Yeah, Lions moving the ball here, and you never know. Klingenberg out there might be playing for a spot out here on the field and maybe be your new starting quarterback if he can show some promise.
First down and 10. Klingenberg takes the snap and hands to Krull, and Carter says thanks for nothing. Gets taken down back in Lion territory at the 49-yard. You know, no matter who had the ball, Klingenberg or Krull, it was going to go for a big loss.
Yeah, and that's that cadence thing that we're talking about. They're timing that so well, and they're getting in the backfield. They know exactly when we're snapping the ball, and something we might need to change up here a little bit. And we've done that before where we show that blank look where we'll bring a man in motion and stop him, and we come back to it, and that's something they may have to try just to try and throw these linebackers off a little bit.
Ball spotted on the 48-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock, 2nd and 14. Now we got a busted play, but Klingenberg making something out of nothing to the 40 and all the way to the 37-yard line of West Sioux for a Lion first down.
Wow, nice job there by Klingenberg. He was lost. He was looking for the running back. He wasn't there and just took off with it, and he picks up 16 yards and a first down.
So first down and 10 for the Lion offense. Ball spotted on the 37 of West Sioux with 6:05 left to play. Clock is on the move, and the Lions trailing 42-14. Klingenberg in the shotgun with Murray standing to his left. Twin receivers to each side. Crawl across in motion right to left. Klingenberg fakes the handoff. Drops back, lets one go down the right side. Catch is made by Nagel, but I believe he's going to be called for the push-off here at the 13-yard line.
I don't know if you're going to get a push-off on that. You might get a face guard, actually,
on
the return man, because Nagel was coming back for the ball, and the defender just put his hands up in there. I think they're going to go with a face guard, and they'll call defensive pass interference, and the Lions will negate that one.
Yeah, ball spotted at the 10-yard line. That is where Nagel went down. So Klingenberg to Nagel for the pickup, and the Lions will have it first and goal on the 10 of West Sioux with 5:46 left to play. Trailing 42-14 here tonight. Lions officially decline the penalty. Back up on the ball and just waiting on the official signal here. Ball is set. Klingenberg looks to the sideline for the play. Trip receivers left, a single to the right. Klingenberg in the shotgun. Long snap count. Takes a snap, rolls out left side, and Klingenberg dumps it off in the flat, but underthrows the intended receiver on the play. Incomplete.
Yeah, Nato, not much else he could do there. He's rolling to the left side, throwing across his body. The DN's coming free at him and lays a lick on him there. He just has to get rid of the ball and underthrows the man in the flat.
Second down and 10 coming up for Central Lyon George Little Rock. I should say second and goal with the ball on the 10-yard line of West Sioux. 5:33 left to play, 42-14. West Sioux with the advantage on Central Lyon George Little Rock here tonight in Haywarden. Trip receivers going to line up. Well, once again here, no, we'll have twin receivers to the left side, and it looks like twins to the right side as well, with Klingenberg in the shotgun and Murray standing to his left. Klingenberg with Krull in motion right to left, takes the snap, quick pass, right side for Nagel, tipped and intercepted in the end zone by the Falcons. It's Copeman's once again, and he'll carry out across the 20 to the 23-yard line before being brought down by one of the Lion offensive linemen. And first down and 10 for West Sioux.
Man, Nato tried to fire that one in there to Nagel in the goal line, and the defender was right there, popped the ball in the air. Safety ran underneath of it, made a pick, and returned it back out there. And another tough break for the Lions. And once again, the turnover bug getting to them again. That's their fourth interception on the game, and that has really cost them here over the last 2 weeks.
First down and 10 for West Sioux with the ball spotted at their own 23. 5:26 left to play. 42-14 West Sioux with the advantage. Decker's back in the game in the shotgun. Twin receivers to each side. Calls it out, takes a snap, and the hand goes up the middle to the ball carrier on the play. I believe that's Lineout out to the 25, and that's all they're going to get. Oh, pardon me, that is Copeman's rather on the carry.
Copeman on the carry for just 2 yards, but with 5 minutes left to go, Jay, they're not looking for a whole lot there. If they bust a big one, they'll be okay with that, but I don't expect them to get too fancy with it unless we get them in a third and long situation. Otherwise, I don't see the ball going in the air much.
Second down and 8 coming up for West Sioux with the ball spotted on their own 25. Decker's in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side. With Lynott in motion from left to right, Lynott will take the hand from Deckers and be hit in the backfield for a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, nice job there breaking down, making the tackle. Jarrett Fostered in there, Nate Klingenberg up in there. Also had Buss in on that, knocking him down for a loss of 1 on the play. Here you go, Jay. We just talked about it. They can get him a third and long. Now you might see the ball go in the air, but we'll see what West Sioux tries to do. They might just try and run it with the quarterback or maybe use Lynott in this one to try and get that first down, just keep the clock going and play that favor and punt it away and go field position.
42-14, the advantage for West Sioux with 4:10 left to play. And it looks like they're going to use all the play clock here as Deckers lines up in the shotgun. Trip receivers left, takes a snap, quarterback keep right up the middle, and Deckers has room to roam. Deckers breaking out to the 50-yard line into Lion territory. Fumble at the end of the play. Believe the Lions fell on it. Now we're going to see if he was down or not. See what the officials call here. Lions did fall on the ball, and they're going to say fumble for Deckers and covered by the Lions.
Yeah, 16-yard carry, got across the 50-yard line, busted that big one, but the Lions stripped it free. As he crossed the 50, Lions jump on it, and the offense will get another chance with the ball here with just under 4 to play.
Lion defense coming up with the turnover. First down and 10 with the ball spotted on their own 44. The Lion offense back into the ball game. Klingenberg in at quarterback, the hand on the sweep over the right side, and here's Cole Telford carrying into West Sioux territory at the 46 of the Falcons, and it will be a Lion first down.
Nice run there by Telford, going to pick up 12 yards on the carry there. Good blocking on the edge and getting upfield, finding the seam, and just got shoved to the ground, but they actually gave him an extra 3 yards by pushing him down like that.
3:44 left to play. Addison Metzger checking into the ball game. Also Dylan Van Berkom coming in for the Lions, and it looks like Tyler Vandenover in at a wideout position on the right side. Klingenberg in the shotgun. Murray standing right to his left. As Klingenberg calls it out, twin receivers to each side. Vandenover in motion. Klingenberg takes a snap, hand up the middle to Murray. No, quarterback keep, and Klingenberg fights back to get to the line of scrimmage, but no gain on the play. 3:15 left to play, 42-14. Clock is on the move. Lions trail. Coming in on the offensive line is Jackson Jager, a 5'8", 230-pound junior for the Lions. Also looks like Bryce Vanderweerd checking into the game on the offensive line as well.
Cole Hugendorn stepping in at a wideout spot there. He's the deep wideout there on the left side.
Klingenberg in the shotgun formation with Murray to his left. Van Berkom in motion. Klingenberg on the quarterback keep up the middle to the 40-yard line, and a pickup of 6 on the play. That will set up the Lions with a third down and about, well, we'll say 5 to go with 2.5 minutes left to play. Clock is on the move. Lions trailing 42-14.
Lions obviously have conceded this one. They're getting some of those backup guys, letting them into the ball game, getting some experience, and trying to build some depth out there and show that these guys, if we need them to come into the ball game, we're going to get them some valuable reps here late in this ball game and see if we can't build a little bit of depth and some experience.
Looks like Josh Ryby in at the center position. Klingenberg on a quarterback keep out to the 35-yard line. Should have the first down.
Going to be close on that one. He dove forward there. I don't know how he slipped free because it looked like he was dead in his rights in the backfield and somehow able to escape free and fall forward for a first down. Nato looking not too bad out there at the quarterback spot when asked to come into the ball game, and he's done a fine job.
First down and 10 for the Lions. Klingenberg in the shotgun, twin receivers to each side. As Klingenberg calls for it with Metzger in motion, the hand to Murray up the middle. Murray hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a yard gain. Clock continues to move with 1:39 left to play, and the Lions trailing 42-14.
Lions just pushing the ball ahead, just working out the clock here, trying some things and giving these guys their time on the field. They work hard in practice all week long and want to give them their opportunity to get on the football field and see if they can earn a little bit more time as the season prolongs.
Sophomore Austin Snyder's in on the offensive line now as Klingenberg calls it out. Long count. And once again, it looks like in motion here will be Van Berkom. Klingenberg on the quarterback. He breaks it out right side down to the 21-yard line of West Sioux, and the Lions will move the chains again with 1 minute exactly left to play.
Yeah, Nato just taking off with it and showing his abilities. Not too bad. He's not the fastest guy. He's probably not as athletic as Lucas out there, but he runs downhill, and he does a good job of seeing the openings, Jay, and he's done a pretty good job.
Klingenberg in the shotgun formation. Trip receivers to the left and a twin set to the right. Klingenberg takes a snap, quarterback keep again. Hit in the backfield and drop this time. As the clock continues to move at 35 seconds and counting left to play, 42-14, the advantage for West Sioux over Central Lyon George Little Rock.
Yeah, West Sioux's starting to read it now. They know that the quarterback's going to keep it, 8 times out of 10, and they're just trying to collapse on him, not even giving him a chance.
Klingenberg in the shotgun. Calls for the motion man, calls for the snap. Fake hand to Murray, kept by Klingenberg, and no gain on the play. 10 seconds left to play. I believe that'll run the clock out, and that should be it for the ball game here tonight, and that will be it. for the ball game tonight. Lions fall to 0-2 on the season, losing the first road trip of the year by a score of 42-14 to the West Sioux Falcons. Stay tuned. We'll have the post-game show and wrap up our coverage when we return from Haywarden. This is Lion football on the Central Lion Broadcast Network.
Small town values will never fade. Always finding a familiar face. A long lost friend with a helpful hand. Picking right up where you left off again. It's your hometown bank. In your own backyard. With people that you trust. It's the way you like to live. It's the way you like to bank.
Premier Bank, member FDIC.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Here at Central Lyon, we offer equal opportunities in a fun learning environment.
Students K through 12 participate in a wide variety of activities in and out of the classroom.
Teachers here at Central Lyon go the extra mile to help students achieve their academic goals.
Central Lyon, setting the standard for success.
Make your move to the largest orthopedic physician team in the region, Avera Orthopedics.
Back in Haywarden, along with Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly. As we wrap up our coverage here tonight, the Lions fall to 0-2 on the season, losing to the West Sioux Falcons here tonight by a score of 42-14. Lions trailing 21-14 at the end of the first quarter, and then West Sioux putting up a single touchdown in each quarter for the remainder of the game. 7 in the second, 7 in the third, and 7 in the fourth, as Lions were held off the board for the remainder of the game after putting up 14 points in the first quarter. So 42-14, that is your final score here tonight. Lions fall to 0-2 and non-district portion of the season here. They've lost 2 games. You don't want to start 0-2, but I think something to keep in your mind here is you've lost to 2 exceptionally good teams here to start off the season.
Yeah, lost to West Lyon in week number 1, and we're knowing that last time we saw they were leading Sioux Center over there in the fourth quarter. So West Lyon obviously knows a good football team. West Sioux, absolutely a great football team out there. We know about them. We saw what they could do last year, and they haven't lost a lot this year. And they really got things clicking. They struggled in week 1. They made the changes, and they got it figured out here and got some things going. And they kind of took it to us there in the second half, and we struggled a little bit. And it's one of those things. All the good things we did last week, we didn't really improve on. And in the same aspect, some of the bad things we did last week, we didn't improve on anywhere. So, we kind of didn't progress from week 1 to week 2. You can see out there. And you can't do that when you're playing good teams like this. And it doesn't get any better because next week we get to go back home, which is nice. But you're bringing an equally tough foe in. And you know everything about Spirit Lake. And you know they're not going to hide anything. And they're going to bring it to us.
Well, the schedule definitely doesn't get any easier. It's a grind for the Lions here the first 5 weeks of the season. So they'll have to be up to the task coming up next Friday night as the Spirit Lake Indians come calling. It will be good to see the black and red once again. Never thought I'd say that ever in my life, but we haven't seen Spirit Lake for a few years, so it'll be good to see the Indians coming over to Dick Null Field in Rock Rapids once again. Some good matchups over the years that we've had with Spirit Lake, and we'll expect more of the same coming up next Friday night.
Yeah, traditionally just some good football teams that have come out of there in the last decade or so. Spirit Lake has been a force to be reckoned with, and they've had a little bit of a few down years here, and I shouldn't say down years, but definitely not up to the par that they were at there for a while. But they're starting to rebound. They've got some kids coming through the program. They sound like they're a very solid football team. And it'll be interesting to see what they bring. And at least it's a team we're familiar with. You know, you're going to know what they're going to do. We kind of have an idea. We've seen what Coach Beloit does out there. We kind of have an idea of the scheme that he's going to run. And it's just a few different faces out there. And we'll see what comes with it. For the Lions, you know, they can't worry too much about Spirit Lake and what they're going to do. I think the big thing for us is we got to identify what we're doing out there. And that's one of those things where I said we didn't improve from week 1 to week 2. We definitely need to make improvements going into week 3. We've got to make the adjustments out there. We got to correct the mental errors. And we talk about non-district games, but non-district games count towards the playoffs nowadays. And every game counts. So we got to figure something out. We got to figure it out in a hurry. I mean, the one good thing is you're not technically eliminated from the playoffs because obviously if you're a district champion, you're automatically in. So you could lose all the non-district games you want as long as you win the district, but that's not going to be an easy task. It never is to win the district, but you're not out of it by any means. And losses to teams like this, they hurt, but they aren't killers because you know West Sioux is going to win a lot of games this year. You know West Lyon's going to win a lot of games, and when you take an effect that your opponents' win-loss records are taken into the playoff scheme, you know, you're losing to some quality football teams. So, I mean, you still have an outside chance out there. But that's something we got to just put in the back of our minds, not even think about that far down the line. What we got to worry about is really just worrying about getting better from week 2 to week 3.
Yeah, just worry about winning a game right now or even winning a half maybe if that's what you need to set your goals right now to just improving week to week. That will be the focus for the Lions here, getting better every day, and we'll look forward to seeing them coming up again next Friday night. Back at home at Dicknall Field in Rock Rapids as the Spirit Lake Indians will pay a visit to Lyon territory. That will do it for our coverage here tonight in Haywarden. Big thank you to all of our sponsors. They are the ones that make this broadcast possible. We ask that you please patronize these sponsors, at the very least swing into their place of business and tell them thank you for bringing you Lyon football right here on the Central Lyon Broadcast Network. Signing off from Haywarden tonight, once again, your final, West Sioux defeating Central Lyon George Little Rock 42-14. For Joel Viss, I'm Jay Kelly.